I was listening to the wrap-up show yesterday. I just want to say a couple of things, because it was a very interesting wrap-up show, and I don't know how many people heard it. But I
didn't hear.
Yeah.
What was so interesting?
You know, we've been having this problem. We have a program where we have to search things. So if Sal puts in phony phone call, he's got to spell the word phony consistently. You know, you can't spell it F-O-N-Y or P-H-O-N-Y or P-H-O-N-E-Y or...
Every time he spells it differently, it means it's less likely you'll ever find that thing again.
Yeah, you got to do an exact match, which, by the way, I think is wrong. And I think there should be spell check on our system. I don't understand why there isn't. Because then it underlines it when you spell something wrong, and then you have to go look it up. So it helps. I don't know. I don't know. We have programs that are from the dark ages. But Sal came in to explain that he's a good speller. And then the guys on the wrap-up show said, okay, here's some words, some simple words to spell. And every time he spelled each word two different ways. and that's, he goes, I'm a really good speller. There's no way I did.
He can spell words several ways.
It's unfucking believable. The simplest words. Listen to this.
Let's hear this.
Somewhat of a reputation of misspelling things from time to time. I think I'm a great speller, but I could tell you right now, there's no way I spelled phony 7 different ways. Well, I would say 2 tops. The real way, phony, and maybe with an E sometimes, because phony, phone call, phone has an E in it, and then you can see how I can add a Y to phony, phone, Y, phony. But I'm not even saying that I did that. But there's certainly no way 7 times. No way.
You consider yourself a great speller?
I'm a very, very good speller. You could throw spelling at me. I will challenge anybody.
At a
spelling bee.
God, come on now.
Go ahead, right now, me and you, Ronnie. And if you lose to a word, I get to smack my cock on your bifocals.
First of all, I don't wear bifocals, and second of all...
Trifocals, whatever they are.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And
I'm a good speller.
You laid in the sun yesterday? You look like you're a ghost today.
Really?
And then
what's wrong with you?
I don't know.
You're
Maybe
all
it's a
pale.
lie.
Why did you bring up Scott Salem? Why did you say it's Scott's fault?
No. And I made it perfectly clear on the air, John. I said I'm not throwing anybody under the bus.
And I'm not throwing anybody under the bus, but Scott Salem.
Yes, because I know Scott in the past has certainly misspelled quite a few times. We know that. You know,
I really don't know that.
Oh, yeah. On the top 5 songs, he's been known for spelling certain celebrities' names wrong, which is understandable.
But we're talking about 2 different things here. We're talking about misspelling celebrity names and misspelling regular words.
Right.
And I think Scott's probably more guilty of celebrity names, and you're probably more guilty of words.
I would take that, but I can assure you that I have not spelled phony 7 different ways. And
3? Maybe 3.
Maybe 2 tops with an EY. Maybe. But you could throw me. I'm pretty good at spelling. I am.
Got a word for him?
I am. Don't give me a crazy word. Like
Snuffleupagus.
We
have
a
couple. Receipt?
Yeah. RECIEPT.
Exactly.
There you go.
Wait a minute. RECEIPT.
Well, which one is it?
Wait, receipt. I before E except after C. Duh. REC. Receipt. R-E-I after E except after C. RECEIPT.
Yeah, that's my point. He's concentrating right now. Imagine when he's back there with the computer. He's not sitting.
He's just dashing it off.
Exactly. He can't get anything right. Keep going.
That's a common one.
Okay.
That's a common one, he goes. What does that mean? It's a common one. It's a common word. You should know how to spell off the top of your head. That should be ingrained in you, receipt. And then he even recites the rule, I before E except after C.
And then can't follow it.
He can't remember what the fucking rule is. He can't apply it.
No, it's not that big of a deal.
Siege.
With an S?
Yeah. I don't know. You tell me.
And the definition.
I don't know if there's all right. S-I.
Siege.
Well, it might be siege. I don't know about that. That's a tough one, but.
Oh, my God. How is that tough?
They're all tough so far.
S-E-I-G-E.
S-E-I-G-E.
S-I-E.
He spelled it S-E-I-G-E.
And then changed it.
And then he sees this look on everyone's face, and he goes, S-I-E-G-E.
S-I-E-G-E.
You did that again.
S-I-E-G-E.
You spell it both ways.
You're getting me nervous. S-I-E-G-E. I got that one right?
No, not really, no. I mean, eventually you do.
Yeah, which time?
And when you're back there on my computer system and we can't find anything, it's because...
This is exactly what's going through his head.
It's unbelievable. The guy is just fucked up.
How about Connecticut?
That's ridiculous.
Now look at it. He goes, that's ridiculous. Connecticut.
It's one of the 3 states in the tri-state area.
And I'm listening to this. I said to myself, he'll never get the second C. He'll never get it. And of course...
How about Connecticut?
That's ridiculous.
Why?
First of all,
It's a
say
state.
that you live there, Gary.
doesn't
You write it
ma-
every day in your mail.
But it doesn't matter. You should know. I know. I'm pretty sure I know how to spell every state because you did it in school.
Connecticut. C-O. Connecticut. N-N. Connect. E-T. Connecticut. I-C-U-T.
No.
Well,
it's a
good
hard
try.
one.
It's a yeah, but
It's Connecticut.
Connecticut. All right. Well, it's close.
That's my problem.
That's what he's doing with the prophet. He's getting close.
So he leaves the C out, and then when you do a search on Connecticut, you can't find it. Oh. He should not be inputting into a computer. Why, does he do that many bits that he has to go into the computer? Can't somebody enter those that's got a, sort of a half of an intelligence?
But to say he's a great speller.
And like the other thing is too, like if someone said, "Oh, you spell Mississippi" or "spell Massachusetts," I might have to really sit and think. I would just go on Google and look it up. He doesn't do that. No, you don't.
I'm going
you don't care.
Yes, I do care. I care tremendously, and I can spell Mississippi, by the way.
Good. But there's 50,000 other words you just spelled everything twice. Like you didn't get anything. You didn't nail any word.
But at the end, I got it. Plus, you're under.
And not only that, you're back there. Nobody's sitting and watching you. You're just fucking typing away with your madness.
No, you think I'm just sitting back there with my feet lollygagging.
Because you're not going to sit there and recognize that you spelled receipt wrong. You're not even going to think about it.
I do think about it because when I initially did it, I did it wrong.
No, okay.
Then I corrected it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, but
please don't input. Let somebody with half a brain do it.
But I haven't screwed up the spelling as bad as everybody's making me out to be on the profit system.
You have.
No, I haven't. And it bothers me that it bothers you.
Prove that you haven't.
Because I know how to spell. I know how to spell.
Sal, you can't spell.
Yes, I can.
You don't know that?
I can spell. I bet you I can spell better than half.
A 3-year-old can spell receipt.
I got it right. It
and
was
then
just
you go I before E, except after C, and you still can't do it.
You ask me a word and give me instead of me blurting it out, I'll think about it and give you the right answer.
But you don't think.
I bet you I could spell better than Gary.
You're not even understanding what I'm saying.
I
do.
There,
you're not sitting and checking your work because you think you know how to spell.
I'm a little impulsive on the spelling. I'll admit that. I figured that out.
When you're back there, at least there on the show, you're really thinking it through. Can you imagine what you're like back there when you're just kind of hanging out? Well, you're not sitting into saying I before E after C.
No, not in those cases. But I can assure you that I've never had a problem with you spelling
you haven't had a problem because nobody's been aware of it. You're just spelling away.
I've never had a problem finding any piece of media that I've sent to you in any capacity.
But that's not the point. When other people go to search for it,
right,
they don't think like an idiot. In other words, you're on an idiot level, so you know how to spell like an idiot. So you can search anything.
That's very nice.
Well, that's a compliment. You're consistently stupid.
We need an idiot-proof system, I guess.
Well, we don't have one.
Well, I'll work on it. And
now, what are you going to work on? You're not working on anything.
I can work. My spelling is good.
How are you going to work on your spelling?
Because I'm good at because the problem
You're not good at spelling. That's the first thing you got to work on, and admit that you're not.
Okay, my weakness is that
Your weakness is spelling.
I'm too impulsive with the spelling.
Sal, could you please? We had a conversation this morning,
yes.
Right? What are you going to do?
I'm going to spell check everything. I'm going to be very aware of what I put in.
Spell check words like receipt.
Oh, yes, I am, because everything that I type
because you think you could spell it.
Everything that I type into the Prophet, Howard, I'll put into Google first, and I'll make sure.
In other words, he's just going to put in RECIEPT, and he's not going to think about like, oh, maybe I'm spelling that wrong. He's going to say, I know how to spell it.
Howard, can I show you something?
Yeah.
Go to Gary page 2.
All right.
Okay. You don't have to play this. Just look at it. Go to the fourth one down.
2, 3, 4. Yeah. There's a good example.
What is it?
You wrote the word Napoleon. Okay.
I didn't write that one.
Napoleon Dynamite.
You did.
Oh, mate. Okay. Well, we've also discussed.
How do you spell Napoleon?
That's a good one. But the thing is that we've explained in the past.
How do you spell Napoleon?
I just want to say before I spell it.
Spell Napoleon.
Napoleon.
Now you're sitting and thinking. Imagine back there, you just kind of ran.
Now, instead of me blurting it out, I'm going to step away from the mic and think about this.
Go ahead.
How long should we take?
See my point, though? He's back there. He's not sitting and thinking. He's just typing.
He doesn't walk away from the computer.
Exactly.
Napolean.
Okay. Not only is that wrong, but that's the third wrong spelling, because that was wrong, and then you spelled it on here Napleon, which is Napoleon. You left out the O.
That's a friend of mine from Bayshore.
It's a disaster. You don't know
Napoleon, and we've all admitted that names are different. And because
Look at me. You don't know how to spell.
I do know how to spell. I do.
You've got everyone wrong. They're
We
giving
just
you.
haven't asked him
Howard,
the
can
right
You spell
words
an easy
yet.
word like foreign?
Foreign.
Right. Okay.
Howard.
Yeah.
Same page, second column, all the way at the bottom in blue.
Okay. All right.
I just spelled foreign. That's a difficult word. I know how to spell.
All right, good. You got one right.
And names, even Gary made it yesterday. Celebrity
Yeah,
names
look at this.
are
Look at this.
difficult.
Misunderstood. How do you spell that?
Misunderstood. All right. Misunderstood. MISUNDERSTOOD.
Yeah, except on here you spelled it miss, M-I-S, and then you put a space and a capital U as if it was like Miss America. Misunderstood.
Well, that's odd. That's,
Yeah, that is odd, isn't it?
But at least we can confirm that.
You turned her into a woman, misunderstood. You're fucking insane.
I'm Mr.
You don't know
Understood.
how to spell. You don't know anything.
I know how to spell. I just proved to you that I
You
just
spelled one word right out of 20.
foreign and misunderstood.
No, you spelled misunderstood right now, but on there you spelled it wrong.
Because again, I found my weakness.
Because you
and
got
I'm impulsive.
nervous. You went, oh, misunderstood. That must be like 2 words.
No, I think it was just
You broke
impulsive.
it. What do you mean? No, you broke it into 2 words and you capitalized it. Capital M-I-S, then space, capital U-N.
That is a little odd. I wouldn't do that
that's
in
a little
normal
odd.
circumstance.
Yeah.
But
Well,
thing is that
he wouldn't do it under a normal circumstance, like work. You can't spell.
I just spelled foreign and misunderstood, dude. I'm a good speller.
You didn't spell misunderstood right. You do everything wrong.
I spelt it right for you here.
You're here because I'm sitting here and questioning you.
Because you
when
found
you're back there on your own, you don't even think.
You
just
found a chink in the armor. I'm impulsive, and I figured out the problem. That's the
But
problem.
how are you going to know when not to be impulsive? Every word you're going to stop and think?
Not every word. Come on.
Yeah,
Jesus
so you're not
Christ,
going
I'm
to sit. You're not going to
crackhead
sit
Bob.
and think about misunderstood. You're just going to type it.
Like I said, like Napoleon, right? How could he?
Napoleon, you mean?
Yeah. How could if he thinks that's the way it's spelled, then he won't spell check.
That's
No,
exactly
I will. Okay,
right.
here's the point that I'm trying to
That's
make.
the whole point I've been saying to him over and over again. He doesn't understand.
You don't understand.
Oh, okay.
The point is, I'm saying, boss, you made something.
Can you spell reindeer? That you can spell, right?
R-E-I-N.
Right.
D-E-E-R.
Good.
All right,
okay.
I'm 3 for 3, dude.
3 for 3?
Foreign, misunderstood, and reindeer.
No, I told you spelled misunderstood wrong.
On there.
Yeah.
But when you...
How are you going to know you don't
I'm
going
to tell you how. Because, A, I'm going
All right.
to...
Thank you.
When I give you the answer, you don't want it. What's the point of you asking?
I told you you play receipt wrong.
I'm trying to put you at ease. You're saying, Sal,
Connecticut wrong.
I can do it now. I've learned it.
What was
Connecticut.
the other word you got wrong? A ridiculous word.
Siege, but I got it right.
Siege.
Oh, no, you gave it to us both ways, and the other one was receipt. You went back and forth and back and forth. You gave us 2 choices, so whichever one was right, you'd say you'd know it.
Who knows what you could spell?
This guy says McKine. He can't even pronounce machine.
Come on, you know that's not true. He could spell machine.
But I can spell. I've just proved to you that I spelled 3 words, and I know what my problem is. So this is what I'm doing. I'm going to type
What
it
about
in.
all the ones you got wrong? You don't count those?
People get things wrong all the time. You have to
but
fix
the problem
them.
is we have a
fixing
computer
it.
system where we need to search.
Absolutely.
So the fact that you get 3 out of 7 right means the 4 you get wrong we'll never find again.
And that will not happen in the
All
future.
right, thank you.
And I can assure you that those
I can assure you it will.
Those no,
Because you don't take it for real.
I so do. It
All right,
kills
goodbye.
me that you think this
You're
way.
ruining our system.
You're ruining my head.
Yeah, good.
Well,
Because you're ruining my system.
I'm not ruining your system.
You're ruining my system.
It won't be ruined.
We can't find half the bits.
Everything will be double checked. Even if I think it's correct in my
All
own
right,
head,
good.
I'll
All
double
right.
check it on Google. I'm going to double check. Remember the games I used to fuck up the games? You've never had a fuck up with the game in a long time.
How would I know? I don't go in there and search. My guys do.
Right.
And they're saying you're screwing up all over the place.
They're all full of shit that I'm
What?
screwing it up.
Same page, top of column 2, light blue.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So you know the bit anal receiver? How do you spell receiver?
All right. I remember that one. Receiver. R-E-C-E-I-V-E-R.
Okay, so how do you think you spelled it in our computer
I
system?
switched the I.
R-E-C-I-E-V-E-R.
It's a common
How
mistake.
we ever... A common mistake. It is not a common mistake.
Well, that's why they.
Holy
That's why they
mackerel.
created that phrase: "I before E, except after C."
Right.
That's how common the mistake was that they had to put a phrase behind it.
No, they teach you that in 2nd grade so that you know it. So it's a no-brainer.
All right.
As soon as you see that C, you put the E there.
Everything will be double checked, spell checked, and put in. You'll never have a problem ever. Never ever.
Anal receiver.
Yeah, I'm receiving it anally right now from you. Yeah,
no,
yeah.
You're not. I'm too nice. Most people would fire you. I've spoken to other people who run like media things,
right.
like I do. They like one mistake and they fire somebody.
Yeah.
I just put up with all your bullshit. Come on, man. You're not that busy that you can't get
I'm
this
not saying
right.
that I am. I'm just saying that.
Would the word bureau just blow smoke out of your head?
Bureau.
Yeah, how come you can spell that?
Because I can fucking spell.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
You can't spell receiver.
I just did. I know I screwed it up there. It's because I work too fast. I'm jittery.
Well, stop it.
I know. I'm on beta blockers now because of that.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Whatever that is, could double your dose.
Triple it.
Beta blockers? What kind of shit are you on now?
I don't know. I need to be on cyanide with you.
What are you on? Beta blockers?
Yeah, I'm
what
on
is
beta.
that?
Propylethylene or some shit like that.
You
Don't look
spell
at
it.
me.
That I'm not fucking spelling.
Propylethylene. He doesn't even know what he's taking.
Because I have the shakes and stuff.
Yeah, what is that?
It's just my nerves. It's just a neurosis.
What are you nervous about?
You.
Me? I hardly talk to you.
Listen back to this later. You'll see why I'm nervous.
I'm nervous because I got a computer system filled with misspells.
I have a tendency to act without thinking. That's what I think this is one of the situation here. But I'm aware of it. And now
You're like putting your foreskin on Twitter. Now you're going to get thrown off. He finally got on Twitter.
Right.
Yeah.
First thing he tweets, he gets a warning from
Right,
Twitter. Who
right,
gets
his
thrown off of
foreskin.
Twitter?
I know you have girls with fire hydrants up their asses. That's fine. Me, I show them the tip of my penis, and
Is that
it's like
not allowed?
I'm like the Frankenstein monster. It's allowed, but apparently a few people were so repulsed that they reported it.
Oh.
People are having their breakfast. They see my anteater. They're not happy.
Right.
But whatever. But I take these beta blockers because they help calm me down because I have the jitters and the shakes, and I act
But
impulsive.
is beta blocker a thing a doctor prescribes? Or
Yes, a doctor did. A doctor did prescribe it, and
Can you imagine what doctor he goes to even?
I can't even.
it's a wonderful doctor.
Imagine.
He's
And he looked at your handshake and he goes, "I just take some beta blockers."
he's a Palestinian from Miami.
Is he?
He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
A lot of my guys shakes. Got the pace too.
Yeah,
What's his problem?
he's just all fucked up. Yeah,
It's a normal thing that runs in the family. It's called essential tremors.
Right.
So
That's
more
probably
about
what
it Sal.
That's probably what Sal has.
Yeah,
Exactly, same thing. And you can take pills or let it go. I don't really care.
Yeah.
my dad has it so bad when he picks up a soup spoon, it just flies all over the place. He can't. Yeah.
Well, if you were my son, I'd shake too.
Thank you.
I'd be nervous every minute.
Well, now that I'm aware of the issue, and
Right.
hopefully I put you at ease a
No,
little bit.
well, you have not.
Well,
But please get it right.
You need a beta blocker because you should be rest assured that I will fix everything.
Is that what the guy said? You have essential tremors?
Essential tremors? Yeah.
Why are they essential? What does that mean, essential tremors?
I don't know. That's a bad name for it because it doesn't seem to be essential.
Spell essential.
ESSENTIAL.
You're a great speller. You're an amazing fucking speller.
Essential.
You can't even
ESS.
spell essential.
ESS.
You're fucking retarded.
Oh, maybe one S. One S.
All right, go ahead. Let's hear the new spelling now. All right, we're up to spelling number one. Let's go to number
Essential.
two.
I would think essential.
Go ahead.
ESSENTIAL. Oh, ASCENTIAL.
All right, that's second. All right, you got that wrong. Go ahead, try again.
ESENTIAL.
All right, that's three. Go ahead now for number four.
And finally, essential. ACIENTAL.
All right, that's four. Let's keep going. Now you're up to
Essential.
ASIE. I mean, it's fucking wacky what's in your head.
Well, essential's
There's
a tough
nothing
one.
in there, man.
Essential
And
is
you're
tough.
in charge of putting shit into my computer, and I keep you on.
Dude, 1 out of 5.
You are not allowed near
I got
the computer.
foreign, I got bureau, I got a lot of...
Does Richard know how to spell? Can you hand your work over to him and let
Yeah,
him
he
put
spells.
input
He
it?
spells great. But I'm a good speller.
How would you know if he spells great?
Yeah, you're asking the wrong guy.
Who is a guy, Gary, can Richard spell?
Sure.
I know he has a higher IQ. Did you hear that spelling of essential?
Essential. ESENTIAL. I would think.
yeah,
Maybe 2 N. ESSENNTIAL.
No, you're up to six now. 6 spellings. You still haven't gotten it right. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I have more spellings for you after this.
Well, essential's the big one here. I mean, listen to what's going on. There's smoke coming out of his head.
You have to admire my
All
tenacity.
right, go slow, stop tremoring, and let me hear you spell essential. Do it slow and think it through.
Essential is like I mean, I really see ESS. I definitely see that. ESSEN. Essential. ESSENTIAL. I mean, that's how I.
Yeah,
that's
okay.
my final.
All right. Well, that's okay.
Can you spell it for me?
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
That's the first one that I said.
No, I don't know. You said something else. You threw a couple other doozies in there.
See, and it just took me a little time. You got me a little nervous.
Right.
My essential tremors kicked in, and then
I'm just going to throw you one more example. And this is what I said yesterday about how there's 3 different ways to spell a word. You never know which one Sal's thinking of.
Right.
Go to the second column, the second one down.
Okay.
Second column. Second one down. On Gary, page 2? Oh,
Yes.
my God, you're kidding me. Well, but maybe that he wanted it that way.
I don't think so.
You know?
In some cases, that's
Maybe the
case.
guy sent it in that way because it's like Sweet Shooty Blue Eyes. I think he spelled it right.
No, he did right.
He did right.
That's
yeah,
correct.
let
Yeah,
me
he's
see.
doing
So
a parody
Gary-
of Sweet Judy Blue Eyes.
Right.
Yeah, sweet.
Okay.
Gary thought
Richard gave me that.
sweet.
I had to
It's
listen to
sweet
it.
brown ass.
Okay.
And so you spelled it S-U-I-T-E because it's like Sweet
Sweet,
Shooty.
right.
Yeah.
S-U-I, right. I know the difference between the
No,
two
that's
suites.
right. He did it
Hotel
right.
suite versus suite is candy, S-W-E-E-T.
Right. All right, that's good.
So there you go. Not too shabby.
Essentials, E-S-S-E-N-T-I-A-L.
I think that's the first thing that I said. I think it... Thank you, Fred.
Did he get it right the first time?
I think it was the second time.
Oh, okay.
But you were having so much fun.
Well, everything's going to be double checked.
All
That's
right,
it.
thank you.
And you could put my ass on the line and fire me if I fuck up. I mean, I'm willing to take the
you're not here
responsibility.
for spelling, but the thing is,
It's important. It's a
it's
technical
important.
aspect.
We need it. We want to be able to find your work.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
All right, go back there and think about
Did you
spelling.
like today's work? We had a new...
All right, goodbye.
Oh, goodbye.
It's the Sal Show. And don't. What is with you at Twitter?
Get outta
He's the
here.
first guy ever got thrown off Twitter
In his first tweet.
in his first tweet.
They've latched on a permanent warning to all my postings.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people are aware of it.
You know, it's amazing because like people, like I'm on Twitter, and I don't really know all the rules of Twitter, but like I don't really curse or anything because I was like, well, gee, I don't know if that's allowed on here. So like I'm
And it is
overly-
public. Anybody could read it.
Yeah, like I don't even write the F word or any of that. This guy goes right ahead and just starts posting pictures of his foreskin. Like he doesn't even question.
Never
whether he should
even
do it.
hit a little speed bump that said
No.
maybe that's not a good idea.
No.
Well, you've always been an advocate for foreskin, so that's,
Right.
And there's 20,000 nerve endings in the foreskin that I've studied, and that
I've studied.
80% of that gets
Jerked
cut
off. That's how he knows. All right, get out of here.
That's
All right, thank you.
That's true.
I'm trapped in a conversation.
Get out of here.
Sal. I got it right. I love him. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Yeah, Ross from Brooklyn.
Yo, hey now.
Hey, now.
Yo, can you imagine buying a fucking stock from Sal and
No.
he punches in the wrong symbol into the computer and you end up buying a stock you didn't even want?
Oh, I mean, this guy was a stockbroker, like handling people's money. I don't know what it is to be a stockbroker, but I got to imagine it's a very precise kind of job.
I mean, it's ridiculous. Actually, I got to be honest, I used to work with Sal.
Yeah.
And he, for a long time, in the morning, he wouldn't even work. He would sit by a window in the back. He had binoculars, and he would look in the window across the way watching a girl shower in the morning.
I believe that.
We asked him. That's what he would do every morning.
At least people's money was safe.
Yeah, right. At least he wasn't handling transactions.
It's ridiculous. Like, I mean, you go to buy an Apple stock, you can't spell Apple. You end up with some,
Yeah, right. Like he puts into the computer, like he can't spell apple, so he puts in something, like
eyeball.
What did this guy say about?
That he used to work with you, and instead of doing your work in the morning, you had binoculars, and you would look at this girl taking a shower.
Oh, that's true. I mean,
He comes in here to refute whatever's being said.
we would circle around. Yeah. Everybody.
Can I ask him 2 words, Howard? Because
Yeah.
he looks at a lot of porn. I have 2 words that I feel like he should interact with during porn, and I want to know if he knows how to spell them. Can I ask him?
Sure.
All right.
Okay. Can you spell voyeur?
Voyeur.
Voyeur.
All right. Let me think about this.
Uh-oh.
He started to say absolutely. now he's taking a knee.
Now, voyeur is a difficult word, and I took some time to think about it before acting impulsively. And I would say voyeur is spelled Voyeur.
Very good.
That's right.
Okay, one more. Amateur.
That's a good one. Amateur. AMATE. You are. I'm hoping. Wait. AMA. AMA. Wait, amateur. Oh, God. AMA. Amateur. AMATEUR again. Final answer.
I believe that's right.
Wow.
He's so nervous.
I know.
He's like sweating bullets.
It's amazing. You got a guy on your staff who can't talk and a guy on your staff who can't say.
He got him right. He got him right. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him. Now he's thinking.
You know what? You should have been in the spelling bee. You know how those kids go.
I really think I could spell a lot better than a lot of people here.
Right.
I would be willing to,
Sal, how is it you were a stockbroker? Like a guy calls, I don't know the stock business, but you call up, right? I'd call you and I go, Sal, I want to purchase some stock.
Sure.
And then you have to handle that transaction?
Absolutely.
And then what do you do when the guy gives you the order?
I put it in. I fill the order.
You put it in the computer?
Yeah.
How do you find the stock symbol?
We would have a system similar to the Profit that would be one for. This is how you find the stock symbol. What's the symbol for Apple? What is it? AAPL.
Can you imagine how creepy that is? That he. Oh, I mean, I can't imagine him handling people's money. And
Why?
Then,
I spelled.
And then what do they do?
How
How do you
fine.
get the money from the people?
Well, that goes through. That's another system altogether.
Oh, they don't let you handle it.
No,
None
of that.
Thank God.
None of that stuff.
There's got to be somebody brighter than you handling the money. I mean, the whole system is shaky if Sal's handling the money.
Well, the economy's been in the shit for quite some time, and I would say there's quite a few people out there that are ruining us financially.
Right. Okay.
So it's not just me. And I can spell. I proved that I spelled pretty damn good today. So
yeah, you did a great job.
And
All right. I have a lot of confidence.
Thanks. I can see.
Thank you.
Sal, can you spell February?
FEBRUARY.
Okay, I shut up then. You got me.
All right.
Who is this?
My name's Ross.
Okay. Very good. Good talking to you, pal. Yeah, those binoculars were wonderful back in the day. It was
All right.
great.
Thank you,
All
Sal.
right. You're welcome.
Dude,
Yes, sir.
forget the spelling.
Thank you.
Let's concentrate on how you're sitting there taking shit from Gary.
What about?
You're letting him pile on. What are you doing, man? This isn't Sal.
No.
Start going on the offensive.
No.
So what? You're not a great speller. Who is better than busting on Baba Booey than
Every
you?
dog has his day, and when the time comes, believe me, he'll get it.
This is a Howard TV original production.
On this episode, Lady Gaga and her entourage arrive at the Stern Show in style. A little monster gets a little bullied. And chaos reigns supreme as Gaga leaves the building.
Come on, guys. What's your problem? Testing 1, 2. Yeah.
Richard Christie worked on a movie, and the guy that worked on the movie said, hey, I'm really good friends with Lady Gaga's manager. I should put you two together. And he did.
It's a big deal to get her on the show because people are interested in her, and she's current, and she's happening, and she's an interesting, looking person. So everything about her is interesting. So it's very important. She clearly doesn't want to come on the show.
I don't don't know about that.
Yeah, they're yanking you. They
I don't
want to
think
say
so.
no, so we won't bash her.
I don't know. I usually
She
get.
wanted to do the show. She had plenty of opportunity.
I usually have a pretty. You could be right, but I think she would do it. I really do think she'll do it in July. Nobody's more paranoid than me when it comes to guests, but I really felt that she would come on.
Lady Gaga's right up there, right underneath Paul McCartney, and that's a big one. That's a big one.
Want to take a bet?
Yeah, I'll take a bet with you.
Really?
Yeah, I'll take a bet on that one. I'll go 500 with you that she'll be here in July.
Okay. You're right.
No, I do. I have a good. Listen.
You got the tape?
I really didn't think Lady Gaga was going to show up because she had been booked, and like 3 times they had to unbook it.
I'm not betting you 5,000,
right.
but I have a good feeling that it could happen.
Well, hey, I would think it'd be great, but we'll see.
I thought Howard was going to win the bet. I agreed with Howard on that one. I did not think we were going to see Lady Gaga on the show.
I think Gary in his back pocket knew he was going to get her.
Now, I was standing next to you when you met her manager, and he seemed very sincere. He said, yes, we are going to make this happen.
Yeah, some people are full of shit, but I don't think he's one of them.
Yeah.
I think he is sincere. I think that they are completely fucking overwhelmed.
A couple weeks later, Lady Gaga was in the fold and on the calendar. So I wouldn't say Gary scammed the money off of Howard, but he felt very confident that he could land it.
Lo and behold, she does the show, and Howard's got to pay up $500 in Gary's pocket.
I just thought that, like, she was going to get out of town and the promotion for her album had run its course. But I was wrong, which is rare.
One other thing on the Lady Gaga thing. Originally, you had said when we first had her booked that we should get a piano. They've said to me, not having anything to do, even when we first asked her to come in at 8 o'clock, they go, God, she's not a morning person. It's really hard for her to get up in the morning. I can get a piano. It's easy. I just wonder, when somebody comes to sit down here and they see this giant piano there, does it throw them off? I don't want her to see a piano and go, oh, it's going to be that. Then it just sort of turns the interview a different way. But I can get a piano pretty easily.
We were going into a vacation, and Gary and I and Scott were talking about how we get a piano up here. Do we bring a keyboard?
Lady Gaga is coming in first day we get back.
Okay.
Okay. Keep it quiet. I don't really want anybody here to know what's going on because I just want it to sort of happen to be quiet.
Okay.
So the original idea we talked about was Howard said, let's get a piano. And I went into Howard and I said, I'm a little afraid that if Lady Gaga walks in and sees this giant Steinway piano, that it's going to throw her. I always get nervous because, we were going to have McCartney in and we were going to have a piano too. And my fear is like a guy like Paul McCartney walks in the room, sees a piano and goes, uh-oh, now they want me to perform. And then it sort of throws their head off for the interview. So, Howard and I have those conversations all the time. And he goes, you may be right. And he's like, why don't you put a keyboard in? So we want to get a keyboard, not a grand piano, a keyboard.
Okay.
And I'm just wondering if we could set it up in a way, Doug, that if we say, hey, would you go play something? And she says, yeah, she can walk over to it, but it's not.
We could just cover it, really.
Yeah, cover it with either a
Duvetino.
Yeah, Duvetino, or have a curtain. We have curtains in there. We can
that brings too much attention. We'll just cover it in Duvet.
And then we, I think it was decided we'd just bring a piano up, and we'll just cover it with like a black cloth.
If we cover it, she wouldn't even see it. Like, okay, there's
Howard could just say, we have a piano here. Would you like to play? I mean, it's not a big deal. I don't think, but
excellent, Scott. You'll make it happen.
Scott took the bull by the horns with that energy and excitement that he always exudes, and he said he'll make it happen. So when Scott says he'll make it happen, you know it's going to happen because he's just going to have other people do the job right.
I don't know if it'll work, but I'll make it happen.
Famous last word. There you go.
So nobody's talked to her about playing.
No,
right?
It's one of those, Howard can just talk her into playing.
Her into doing it.
Yeah, so we'll just have it this way.
Going this way, right? Wait, you want to go this way or you want to go this way?
Billy Joel was...
Wasn't he facing...
I thought he was facing this way. Wasn't he facing this way?
No, because he was facing... No, I think we
He's
were
facing
going this way.
Oh, okay.
This way he could...
Right.
Pivot to talk to Howard and still see Robin.
Okay, right.
I end up ordering the piano from Steinway.
And from Steinway, I contacted their moving company, with Steinway talking to the moving company in between. I had to talk to our facilities people to make sure that the COI was approved by the building, loop in those 3 parties together, and then make sure that the delivery was on time.
Let's say this is the size of the process of getting the piano and the sound set up. This is Scott's portion. Right there.
I don't handle that. I make sure things sound good. I don't make sure things get delivered.
Scott Salem's participation in this process was little to non-existent in terms of what I was responsible for.
Sarah spent hours, with the building management and with, the moving company and with insurance companies and with, our staff, our engineering staff, in getting that piano in here, and Scott having nothing to do with that.
Like they said on the show, he opened the door. That was pretty much it.
So they handled that, and I was here to just oversee to make sure it came the day it was supposed to come, and it got in the studio and was set up properly.
A Little Monster is not just a fan of Lady Gaga, but somebody who is obsessed with Lady Gaga. Somebody that goes to every show she does in town. Somebody that buys not one copy of the album, but 10 copies of her album. And somebody that waits for her wherever she's at. If she's coming out of an arena, they're stalking her at the loading dock. The audience is diverse in race, in age, in sexuality. I think I'm pretty much a little monster.
Some of the Gaga lunatics are already downstairs. Oh. She tweeted it, I guess. Oh. Because I was wondering, because somebody else tweeted it yesterday. I'm like, how the fuck did they know? And then somebody said that she must have tweeted that she was coming here.
JD, you should hook up with her.
All right.
You'll be set. You'll be Mr. Gaga. You'll be Lord Gaga.
When I fucked Lady Gaga, sure, she's decent looking, and she's got a great ass, so, of course. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, so the Lady Gaga, I guess Lady Gaga tweeted, so the Lady Gaga fans are writing all this horrible stuff about you, like threatening you better not bully her, you better be nice to her, the monsters are going to mobilize. They bitch and complain, we get bullied, and the second they can bully somebody else, they're the worst bulliers in the world.
That's bullshit. I don't know what you were so scared of with Howard and your precious Lady Gaga going on the show. Lady Gaga is a very smart, intelligent, and strong woman, and she can handle herself in any environment. And I would think that you would have a little bit more faith in her. Forget Howard for a second. What kind of faith do you not have in your precious Lady Gaga that she can handle herself on the show? Don't come out against Howard. That's ridiculous. It's a battle you're going to lose, and you look stupid for it.
How do I feel about that? I really wasn't too concerned, but I just thought that was funny.
You know what? It's the drama club.
We protect our mother, and we're not going to take
The drama club has mobilized.
It's like the drama club is attacking Lady Gaga.
Before Lady Gaga arrived, I was very nervous. I didn't know what to expect. What do I have to do tonight to meet Lady Gaga? I'll do anything to Will.
Really do it right.
Required.
How do we not know that you were gay?
Yeah, how did you know?
You didn't wear a fucking tight Lady Gaga shirt when he was in.
High Pitch Mike comes back to the bullpen, and he's wearing this incredibly tight shirt, showing off his awful physique.
Mike had the most awesome shirt. He got it at Baby Gap, I think.
I did take a picture of him, which I love so much that it's now the screensaver on my computer.
I wore the Lady Gaga concert t-shirt and some fun, very Gaga-esque sunglasses.
And that immediately has to go up to Howard. One of the things we do best around here is throw each other under the bus. So we said, yeah, we got to get this homo in the studio.
Oh my
There he
God.
You're so cool.
Look at the dark glasses.
It's not a good look for you, by the way.
The Lady Gaga shirt.
Oh, come on. Yeah, the piano in the studio.
I'll suck it in a little bit.
Yeah. And it's a little too tight.
I know.
Yeah.
Everyone had a good laugh, but I wasn't worried about whether I looked like a fool. I just wanted to meet Lady Gaga.
What are you laughing at?
Who didn't think Mike was gay?
Judy, what are you laughing at? She sticks up for people like you. What are you laughing at?
People like me?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Is he a little monster?
He's a closet little monster.
If Mike thinks I'm a closeted little monster, he is out of his mind. I mean, I like her okay. I think she has a nice ass, but I'm not planning on going to any Lady Gaga concerts or anything anytime soon. I'm not following her on Twitter. So there.
There's some leftover glitter on that shirt.
That was my best work. Well, if you follow me on Twitter, like I tweet once every 3 weeks.
You have to let me jizz on your shirt. What did you do with your shirt?
We can do that.
It was literally a chick's shirt, and Mike was sporting it, and it couldn't have been a funnier combination between how excited he was for Lady Gaga and how much of an idiot he looked like in that shirt.
During a break, I went in and I told Howard that Lady Gaga needed to come in and do a sound check, so stuff's really moving now. They want to do a sound check before she does anything, but she's not here yet, so she's due here at like 8:02. Okay. So I'll put up a note. We may have to break just to let her come in.
You want to go over notes?
Yeah.
She had a pretty serious cocaine habit at one point.
Right.
She says now she only uses cocaine a couple times a month, or excuse me, a couple times a year.
The anticipation around here was pretty high that morning because while we get a lot of celebrity guests, we haven't had like a pop star of her caliber at this point up here. And there was a lot of buzz in the building.
She does still smoke pot regularly. She says she likes to smoke weed and drink whiskey when she writes songs. She also is a big fan of ecstasy, actually this drug MDMA, which I guess is the active ingredient in ecstasy. The whole bullying thing.
There was a lot of energy up here when Lady Gaga was about to show up. The piano was here. We heard she was going to play. People didn't know what to expect. This was not necessarily a group of people who were Lady Gaga's demographic or her audience. But, everyone was really curious and really intrigued by her.
And they didn't say which side of the building they're coming in.
They asked for your number.
They never called me.
They never called, so I don't know what to say.
All right. I mean, I got them all passed already. I got her and the security guards and her 2 managers already passed already. Okay. Everybody else can check in, whatever they got to do. We sat down, had a little meeting with Sirius Security, and we had a couple extra people come in. I spoke with Lady Gaga's security, and we wanted to bring her in through downstairs through a private entrance. She wasn't up for that. She's up for going through the crowd, meeting her fans, doing autographs, pictures, all that. So bringing her in was no problem.
Hello, everybody.
Good morning.
The entourage with Lady Gaga was pretty big, as expected. She had a bunch of bodyguards, some makeup, some managers, some agents, some publicists. It was a big entourage.
I'm in the hallway during the Lady Gaga appearance, and I'm holding one of these Sony Handycams. I'm there just to kind of supplement the other camera operators and help out. Usually I don't pick up a camera. And there's a security guard that comes in with her and comes flying over to me.
Maybe her bodyguard thought that a paparazzi or a rogue photographer or videographer got in.
He's in our house, he's our guest, and it's no way to come at somebody.
She's doing another show after
No, it's good.
But one thing that I wish would have been picked up on film is the missing persons report I filed for one Ronald Mund. Isn't this your halls? Isn't that your job? You just gonna let these people get pushed around and you just gonna sit there and do nothing? Oh, let me guess. You're on Twitter.
Ronnie sat there the entire time and didn't even flinch or raise an eyebrow to come over and try to help me in any way. Thanks, Ronnie.
You had a little stupid camera that looked like a paparazzi camera. You didn't look official. You looked like a bum.
Keith got very scared.
You look badass.
Just another day of work.
It'll be about 2 minutes and I'll bring you in. He'll probably interview you from the piano if that's cool with you.
So I'm going to do the song first?
No, you just sit at the piano, he'll interview you, and then you can just play when you're ready. Does that work for you?
Well, I'd rather go in the studio and do an interview, and then he asked me to sing a song for him, and then I'll go back.
Okay.
Otherwise, because it's going to feel really impersonal.
It's just, for us, it's just weird because the walk from the couch to the piano on the radio sometimes it's like 20 seconds, and it's just dead air. But
Don't worry, I'll keep talking.
Okay. All right. Howard, she wants to sit here and then go to the piano. It's very clear that she wants them separated. She thinks it's impersonal to do the interview for the piano.
But we're going to bring her in now and she's going to just do a little sound check.
All right.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Howard.
Thanks for coming
nice
in.
To meet you.
So thrilled to meet you.
You too.
I'm so glad you're
How's it
here.
going?
It's
Me
great.
too. Let me just do a quick
Go ahead,
check.
do your thing, and I'm going to go to the bathroom.
What key is it in again? Do you remember what key is it? Is it in E? Is it in A? I think it's in A.
Oh, the hat?
Can you not film this?
Yeah. I think last time I was here.
You're going to do the interviews from the couch?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Sounds great.
I'm sitting here with Lady Gaga.
Yes, you are.
Hi, guys.
Good
Oh my
morning.
God.
I'm so happy.
I'm so happy to see you. We've tried to get you in here. And you look hot.
Oh,
you
thank
look
you.
very good.
Thank you so much.
No talking while the song is on. You guys hear that? That's an edict from Gary. No talking.
Months ago,
You want silence?
Absolute
For all my
silence.
fans that don't know that T-shirt size.
Let me hear this song that you wrote about your grandfather. I would really like to hear this.
I'm on the edge of a meeting.
It was actually really cute.
I decided to go with the smile.
This is about your grandfather.
Yeah, it's about my
And this is the song that
And
came
it's,
out of it.
It's about also knowing in your heart that you may never reach that glorious moment. And I was really, heartbroken because my parents are still married.
Get to
and
it.
my
Hop, hop.
mother,
Yeah, let's have another porn star on the show. It's fucking exhilarating. I tried to watch her performances and the interview very intently, and there was a lot of stuff going on in the back office, so I couldn't watch very closely. I thought the best place to be for Lady Gaga's performance would be right in Gary's office.
I think visually on Howard TV, it's hysterically funny. I think if you're high-pitched Mike or a Lady Gaga fan, I think you will not find it too funny and probably think we're assholes. How's the song sounded so far?
I wouldn't classify any of the three guys, Shirley and Steve and Will, as bullies. It didn't hurt me emotionally. It didn't, I'm not gonna cry about it or anything. No, I wouldn't call any one of them bullies.
High pitch.
What he did when he got in there.
This is your time to shine. This moment you've been waiting for. To go in there and cry, and he actually made Lady Gaga cry. Talk to me. What was that like?
That's phenomenal, because that is not just some woman sitting behind a piano. That's an icon. That is a woman who's, like I said, saved kids' lives. You think about the kids who are kicked out of their homes and contemplating suicide. Her being here was a moment I'll never forget. And I kind of debate in my mind whether she was the biggest day in my Howard career or my coming out. It's kind of a toss-up. Both of them are days I'll never forget. And both of them, I would say, were life-changing days for me.
Great to meet you. Really great. And what's beautiful.
Thank you for coming in. It was a pleasure. And you were so incredible. I really am so full of
I'm like so starstruck meeting you guys. I've watched the show.
So great.
At the end of the interview, Lady Gaga wanted to take a picture with Howard.
Where are we doing this? Right here? Okay.
I think a couple quick ones.
Okay.
But I think for some reason, Lady Gaga likes to be in full costume, and she had taken off her gloves during her piano performance, and she couldn't get her gloves back on.
Well, you know, I need some lube, and nobody probably has any.
So,
do you have some? That's what I thought.
We have vegetable spray.
That'll work.
spray her down, Gandry.
This is like a dream for me.
This is what he does. Don't eat her. Don't eat her.
Don't eat her. And then she was wondering why we had cooking oil spray just lying around.
Why do you have vegetable spray?
Oh, don't ask. What is that for? Actually?
We spray some girls sometimes.
Oh my God.
We like
Girls
to make
like
them
it.
glisten.
Was that for me? And you just didn't say anything?
We have massage oil too.
All right here, look at me. Please. 1, 2, 3. One more, 1, 2, 3. Want to take one with the flash?
Oh, you stopped using flash. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, but I'm going to take one just for safety. 1, 2, 3. Awesome.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Lady Gaga wanted a picture of her and Howard on her BlackBerry, and she handed me her BlackBerry, and I took a picture of Howard Stern and Lady Gaga together using her BlackBerry. Hey guys, right here. 1, 2, 3.
Cool. Great. You got it? See if I look decent. Let's see.
You look great.
Am I cute?
God, why not?
Oh, am I gorgeous?
You look so short.
You need higher heels.
You're a tall guy.
I'm a big man.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful to
Thank
do
you.
this. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
He's just a cool person, you know, and I'm pretty down to earth, so I just went in and just was myself, and it was pretty easy.
She could easily leave through the back entrance and leave quietly, but her thing, and you know why she gets so viral and out there, she goes out very publicly.
Well, I was sent down with the live camera to capture Lady Gaga walking out of the building, and it was an absolute mob scene down there. Once she came outside, it got like frightening. People were just all over the place, shoving people out of the way just to get close to Lady Gaga. And there I was with a 20-pound camera above my head, and there was absolutely no way to protect myself from the crowd.
It was pretty scary, actually. I was right in the middle of it. I got pushed into the crowd, and our camera guys were getting pushed around, and it was pretty hectic out there. I've never seen anything like it.
I've never seen that many people in the lobby. I've never seen that many people in front of the building. It's insanity.
I think Lady Gaga being on Howard is probably the biggest musical performance he's ever had. He had Lady Gaga at her biggest peak so far in her career, and she's only been around 4 or 5 years.
I thought it was awesome. She was great. She was great. Great interview. She sang great. She was great. She was awesome.
She really set a high bar for other people in the music industry to be real. She's an amazing person.
There's no discussion about having her back, but it worked out great for both parties. I think she had a wonderful time, and I think she would come back. So, you know, I hope we have her back again. I think we will.
I thought she was really great on the air and particularly great on the piano and singing. So, you know, I really liked her. Beforehand, I liked her, but I liked her a lot more after she left.
I am definitely not a little monster unless you consider a huge Iron Maiden fan a little monster, or a huge Dismember fan, or Morbid Angel, or Malevolent Creation, or Amon Amarth. That's the kind of music I'm into.
I'm a monster. I'm in competition with Lady Gaga.
Listen, I'm a big ugly monster. Never mind, little monster.
I don't know if I'd call myself a little monster. I don't like to see myself as a victim in any way. But I certainly was inspired by her performance.
I do not consider myself a little monster. I used to, but I stopped blowing ties.
I'm a total monster. I'm a big monster. I love show business. Show business!
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
I'm Gary Dell'Abate, also known as Baba Boo. On Monday's wrap-up show, we recapped the block party. We talked about JD hooking up. Ronnie's a father figure. Ronnie was pissed off that Benji was in the commercial when he's not going to be in Jamaica. All that and more.
Ronnie's sort of like a proud dad with you this weekend. You slept over his house. He the girl you ended up with, he couldn't believe, and he's really beaming over your success.
I guess.
Is
this the one?
Now, were you worried? Were you worried about discussing this on air, because it seems like this one is more special than the other conquest?
Well, I mean, she's very nice and very beautiful, and it's just with all the stuff of the past experiences, I don't really care to talk about any of it unless something is, we're talking, needed to be talked about.
I do have one question because
Yes.
I couldn't figure. You don't have to tell me exactly what she does for a living.
Mhm.
I'm not going to ask you that, but there's secretary, stockbroker on one side, and then there's stripper, dancer. On the other side.
No. It's more.
Does she have a regular job?
Yes, very regular.
And did you have
It's in the education business.
Okay. Did you have this all set up before the event?
It was sort of a last minute sort of thing, but a little before. Yeah.
But you had been talking to her beforehand.
Yes.
So how was it? How did it end up being last minute?
Well, she did something got canceled, so she was staying in that area, and that's it.
Is there a future here, you think?
I don't know.
Did you guys talk about this? Like, hey, I know this is gonna come up on the air probably. Did you bring that? Did you guys discuss
Of course,
that at all?
yeah.
Benji, you also came up today that you were kind of trying to crowbar your way into the block party, but I thought you got a chance to explain your case. Apparently, you were asked.
I was asked,
and you didn't make a decision.
They said, "Come on, just say yes, just say yes, just say yes, just name a number." And I said, I named a number that I knew that if they did say yes at that, which I didn't think they would, I would say I'll take it immediately. But I wanted to think about it, and people seem to have gotten mad at me for that.
Well, there are two things here. One is you're very notorious about your decision-making process or lack thereof. You take a while sometimes to make a decision.
Very true. But this was also, I think it was a very on-the-spot kind of thing that I think even like a person that's great at making decisions very quickly would say, let me find out the details, let me think about it.
But independent of that, it sounds like Ronnie feels like you're sort of working your way into this thing and took offense. At least that's how it sounded to me.
Me too.
Do you disagree?
There's something Ronnie just does not like Benji's shtick, and I don't think he wants that involved in his dealing whatsoever.
It's a serious trip.
Right. He doesn't want Benji's shtick interrupting Ronnie's shtick.
Yeah, too much shtick going around. Jay in Phoenix, you're on the wrap-up show.
Nobody wants you there, Benji.
All right.
Fucking, what's going on, guys, man? Hey, JD, congratulations, man. Way to rock that 52. But hey, man, we were actually at the Arizona block party. JD, I don't know if you'll remember us, man. My wife was the hot Asian lady.
All right. I don't remember, but I'm sure I
it's
noticed.
all good.
I'm sure I noticed her if she was hot.
Yeah, right on, man. Well, anyway, man, we were actually considering going to the Jamaican block party with you guys, man. But dude, we are seriously considering not going because, man, the block party does not need the vortex. It was abundantly clear in Ronnie's tone that he doesn't want Benji there. Nobody does.
Well, here, Jason, here's the truth. If you met me, you'd be excited about it because I'm part of the show, and I know you would. I know you're bullshitting right now.
Dave in Long Island, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hello?
Hey, Dave.
Hey, how are you guys? I was at the block party in Bohemia, and while it was a hot mess, I just wanted to bring it back to the importance of the block party. And that, you know what it is? It's kind of like the common man's way of getting to Stern. It's as close as we're going to get. Kind of like calling to the wrap-up show now. You know, it was a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun.
And what was the highlight for you at the Long Island block party?
I'd actually have to say it was Eli Braden's acoustic parodies were just hysterical. The crowd was completely rolling. He broke a string right before he started, but he soldiered on, and it was really, really good.
JD, how about for you? What was the highlight of? I know you guys had no air conditioning. I heard about that.
Yeah, oh, it was so hot, and it was like the hottest day of last week. But I will. No, we did get to bring this up on the show, but Sal ended up making a special guest appearance during the first show.
I thought he didn't appear at the block party anymore.
And I don't know what's going on.
Free appearance.
What was his guest appearance?
Well, me and Ronnie are up on stage doing whatever. He's being a maniac, and all of a sudden we hear this music come on, and Sal just comes barreling to the studio to the stage, does like a couple minutes, mainly like Long Island material stuff or whatever. I don't know how all that works, and then he just gets right off. And then he hung at the bar for the rest of the first show and throughout the entire second show.
Quietly at the bar?
No, not quietly. He was pulling the King of Long Island act at the bar. So
how much of a mess was Sal?
He had some fun. He was a little wasted by
himself.
Of course. He's not the king of Long Island with the wife there.
Did he come in? Was he messed up when he came? I know. So you were on stage with Ronnie. Did you have any idea he was going to come on?
I heard that he wasn't going to come, and then all of a sudden he shows up with CDs in hand with his music.
What do you mean?
He just came in with his songs, 2 copies of the CD just in case the first CD didn't work.
So he came in prepared?
Oh, he came in very prepared.
And what did he?
It was House of Pain, Jump Around.
Oh, his intro music?
I guess so, yeah.
Oh, God. All right, Sal, get down here. You need to explain yourself. So, Sal, JD says you show up with your own music.
Let me explain what happened.
And...
What happened was this. So, Shuli had asked me, as well as Ronnie, hey, Long Island want to come down? The guys were great. They opened up their arms to me. And I'm like, if I can make it, I'll come. And Jimmy, the owner, has done a lot of great things for me. He goes, I'd really love for you to come down.
I thought you were done with the block party, though.
I am done. I didn't go for a paid appearance. So Jimmy asked, hey, why don't you come down and hang out? A lot of people are asking because when you and Richard came last year in Suffolk County, they'd love to see you.
But did you ask the guys who were running the block party if they wanted you?
Okay. Yes. Ronnie extended the invitation. He's always good to me. And so was Shuli. In the end, we thought it was funny. I grabbed Shuli aside. I don't know why. I'm a big fan of the WWE, so I thought it would be funny. When somebody's in the ring and he's saying something, and all of a sudden the music kicks in, and the other wrestler walks out. Shuli and I had an idea that it would be funny in the middle of one of Ronnie's raps that music kicks in, like Ronnie's like, what's going on, the confusion, and then I come out, and I would just say hello and do a song parody, not take up a lot of time.
Yeah, but you weren't coming. You texted me at 5 o'clock when I was on my way out there saying you weren't going to make it.
Right, that was part of the plan because we wanted to have that suspense and that surprise. Now, I was supposed to come on much later on.
That was exciting.
I get there and I say hello to Shuli, and Shuli's like panicky. He's like, look, they're doing the poetry thing and it's tanking. These guys are bombing hard. We need a little...
Please,
we need a break. Hold on. He goes, we need a little boost.
Sal, you're uninvited. Don't ever come again.
No, I'm telling you exactly what I'm not saying anything bad at all.
You're just saying that they tanked.
No. Shuli goes, these guys are tanking with this bit right now. And it was okay. The bits tank all the time. I believe me. When I got up there, it was no bed of roses. So I go, okay. So he kicks on the music. I go
Long Island kicked in. Okay, go ahead.
I kicked in with the music. But the funny thing is that the wrestling thing works because the fans know the song associated with the wrestler.
Right.
So now everybody's confused. So when I walk out, they're still like, what's going on here?
Why don't you go with like a Cool the Candy Rapper or one of those songs? So people would know it was you. I mean, Jump Around could be anybody. Really.
Yeah,
you should have done I Want to Beat My Wife.
Well, I opened up with that. And that's another thing. So I get up on stage, I say hello, high five the boys, and I go into I Want to Beat My Wife. And there's no monitors on the stage. And granted, I'm not the Who, I'm not a Madison Square Garden, but the sound is bouncing from the back wall. So I'm behind. I'm like a line behind the music. Now the music's garbled. My lines are garbled. I stop in the middle of the song. The audience is looking at me like, what the fuck is going on? I start yelling that this whole block party is a catastrophe. It's every time I step on stage, I'm doomed here in every capacity. Then Photograph kicks in, and I take a good listen, and I kind of saved the set with Photograph, and I gracefully left.
What was the set list? It was Beat My Wife
and Photograph.
Photograph. No, My Wife. No Closer. Or?
Too much. You don't. And it wasn't my show. I wasn't getting paid for it, nor did I want to get paid. The guys were nice enough to let me go, and it was great to see the fans. The fans were great. We hung out at the bar all night.
Yeah, all night.
Yeah, all night.
And I wasn't
We all
stopped.
went home. You were still there.
Well, Brian Phelan was the one who was told to keep quiet a few times. He was really wasted. He was licking people's elbows all night.
Wait, Ronnie, did you feel like Sal was sort of hijacking the show at that point, or you knew
not
you
at
were
all.
okay with it?
No, well, he was supposed to come anyway, and then he texted me that he wasn't coming, and then, okay, fine. And then I told Jimmy that he wasn't coming, and he got all bent. Oh, Sal said he's coming. I did a lot for him, and he should be here, and all this baloney. So, I don't know what the deal was, what him and Shuley cooked up. Shuley is a master of fucking plans that usually backfire in his face. So.
I think it went really good considering what the circumstances, but I was on and off the stage in 2 minutes. Just a quick hello and a song.
Why is Howard calling you Ronnie Rickles? Like, what were you doing up there? Do you think that's a fair nickname?
I couldn't care. You know what? I'm honored to be called Rickles. That guy's the greatest comedian ever.
Have you gotten more comfortable hosting these shows?
I love it, man. I'm having a blast. I'm enjoying the whole thing. And the people, I tell you what, we did 5 sold-out shows, and I didn't get one bad word from anybody that was at any of these block party things.
I mean, everybody,
especially in Rhode Island. Rhode Island was killer.
Everybody says they've had a great time when they go, but I was saying earlier in this show that you kind of, with JD, you sort of are like a father figure this weekend. I know you put him up one night.
Okay,
you said
what's wrong with that?
No, I'm not saying anything's wrong with it.
You were like a grandfather figure.
Like when
I'm a grandfather.
When you talked about the girl that he hooked up with, you were really proud of him.
Yeah, man.
Sounds
you
like
got to see this.
You got like a father-son.
It's pretty good stuff, man. I got to say, man.
Ronnie, you didn't fuck her, just so you know.
We didn't?
You didn't.
Oh, no, I didn't. I didn't even know the girl.
Were you surprised when you saw her? How she looked?
Very.
What did you expect?
I had no clue, but I didn't expect what I saw. I mean, this girl was dressed to the 10s and looked like a 9 for sure.
No, she was dressed to the 9s and she looks like a 10.
Yeah. No.
She was dressed as a 10?
10s and looked like she was like a 9.
The first time you saw her, was it was in the lobby to pick up JD?
6:30 in the morning.
Did they came down together?
Yeah.
Now
we were leaving. We were all leaving. We were getting. He's coming home with me, and she was going wherever she was going, and that was it.
Were you comfortable giving? Did you give her a kiss goodbye in front of everyone, or were you?
There wasn't everyone. It was just me there, and the security guard in the hotel.
Why were you so upset at Benji today? You think Benji's trying to work his way into
as a
your
person. Let's clarify something. I like Benji as a person. I just can't deal with Benji's shtick when he gets into his modes. Somebody asked him a question. Why can't it be? I'm going to do it. I'm not going to do it. It's a yes or no answer. It's like, why does it have to be, I'll let you know down the line. I'll let you know how I feel later. Why can't you just say yes or no?
Ronnie, I like you as a person. I just don't like your dick mode, okay?
Okay, and I don't like your shtick, okay? So we're even.
But I was asked on the spot, on camera, and maybe it was a little obnoxious just to say, oh, give me this much, I'll do it. But I said repeatedly, this sounds like a really fun thing.
Understood.
It sounds like a really good thing. I think I can have a lot of fun and be good at it. But I want to find out some details. I don't want to answer yes or no on the spot on camera.
Well, they explained. Supposedly, you say they explained what it was. So what is there difference between yes and no to that? Go ahead, Gary.
Go ahead, Gary.
No, I was going to say, Ronnie, I have extra tickets to go see the baseball All-Star game in Kansas City in July. You want to come?
When is it? Do you know when it?
Yeah, July 12th.
It's a Tuesday night, probably, right? Yeah, it's
Thursday. That's a Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday because you.
Or July 10th then.
Yeah,
but
no, it's an AGT night.
It's not that easy to,
Benji admits to be a lousy decision maker.
Right. Yeah, I understand. No, but I could say it right now. I know it's America's Got Talent night. I can't go. No, I can't go.
But if you weren't doing something, you might say, "Well, I got to talk to my girlfriend. I got to see."
No,
what's
I
going
could
on.
say I can answer yes or no for myself.
Watch the dog.
No, I'm going myself. I don't need anybody to walk the dog. Stephanie lives in my house. She takes care of the dog.
All right. Ronnie's a quick decision maker.
Okay,
snap decisions from Ronnie.
I mean, I don't know what's so hard about that.
Do you feel that Benji's like encroaching in on the block party? Is the block party closed to other people, or can anybody join?
Sequoia asked a lot of people to go on this particular thing. It's got nothing to do with the actual block party shows that we do, on the weekends. This whole thing is a trip at a resort,
right?
All inclusive, the whole deal. And he's invited a lot of people to go for like free vacations. People from the show, so people can meet people, from the show, and they're getting like a free vacation out of it. Basically, that's what they're getting.
Will Scott Salem be a part of this?
He turned it down.
Why would he turn it down?
We asked him to do part of the commercial with us, and he refused, and he said he doesn't want to go.
I
So-
understand.
He's out.
Well, I understand why
Well,
he
he
wouldn't
quit.
do it.
He doesn't want to do it
There's
anymore.
nothing free about a vacation if the vacation you're on, everybody's a fan of the show, and all they want to do is talk to you about the show. Just saying, if you want to just relax, if you're going to be with the fans and you're getting paid, I understand that. But if you're going to relax and all you do is talk to the fans, you're not getting paid, I would understand why Scott wouldn't want to do it.
Are you going on this, JD?
I am.
I thought you don't like the traveling
He's going.
and dealing with people and all that other stuff.
He's going.
Life is
Sal's
changed.
going.
Are you?
Yeah. Sure.
I guess you're back on the block party then.
No, well, it's Jamaica. It's wonderful. I mean, a little time away.
Are you still married in Jamaica?
Yeah, I think I might bring my wife. Hopefully she'll be married in Jamaica.
That's the carrot he dangles. She ain't going.
She's not going to go.
I asked her.
What'd she say?
Maybe.
She can't make a decision?
Apparently not.
Who else is
King of Jamaica's not
He's got
coming
kids
out.
to worry
Is
about.
everybody from the show going to this? I mean, that's a lot of people.
I don't know. I think Tracy's going also.
See, to me, that's cool. Like to be able to be able to chat with Tracy on the vacation. I think people would love that.
Right. So do I. I think possibly Jason's going. I don't know about Will. I think Will was asked, but I don't know if he's going or not.
The other thing that came up today, Brewer came in, and Brewer's always great and funny, and we all say, like, why isn't he bigger, a bigger star than he is? But when he tells us stories about his dad, it's just, is it hard for you to hear because, your dad has passed, or how does it make you feel when you hear that kind of stuff?
My thing was more talking about what I identified with was like with my mom. When there was a period of time where I had to have like aides work with my mom, and I'm living in New York, and I'm calling down to Florida, and they call me every couple of days. They're like, "Oh, Mr. Gaddy, we need more money for food." I was like, "I just gave you $200 3 days ago." "Oh yeah, she eats so much, and you don't know what's going on." And I know that my mother would tell me that the aide, she called the aide a bitch, and the aide told her she was a fucking asshole, like that kind of stuff.
But I mean, I think Jim's to be commended for taking care. I mean, he is taking
He's
great
doing
care
it in
of
his own house. That's. I mean, he's making the ultimate sacrifice.
That is so tough, man. But at least he's saving a shitload of money.
Like Sal, when it comes to, if God forbid your mom passes on and your dad's the only one left, and he needs to be cared for, will you take your dad into your house?
It might be an issue with my wife. She doesn't even like people using the bathroom. Like if somebody comes over if the guy comes over to fix the dishwasher, he's like, "Can I use the bathroom?" My wife's like, "Well, I'd rather you didn't." But
really,
well, she says that he takes a shit in there. He's taken a shit a few times, and she always says every time he comes, he takes a shit.
Wait. She says to the guy point blank, "I'd rather you didn't."
Yeah, she says because the cleaning lady just came, and
what does the guy say then?
Well, why don't you just buy a new dishwasher? It sounds like the guy comes a lot to fix
I don't know,
the dishwasher.
Sounds like he's gonna shit in the dishwasher.
Maybe there's more going on than just dishwasher.
These 4 Mexican guys came when it was snow. We had a snowstorm, and they were working their ass off. When one Mexican guy came to the door, he goes, "Can I please use the bathroom?" She goes, No, you can't." He went behind the garage. She caught him taking a leak. She opens the back door. "What the fuck are you doing?" So, getting back to taking care of family, yeah, I've done it with my grandfather. My grandmother passed away. My grandfather used to have one of those stupid buttons, those life alert buttons, but he would hit it for peppermints. He would hit it for apple pie. He would hit it for a pack of cigarettes. And after a while, it's like crying wolf, and nobody wanted to go. So we're sitting down, we're eating dinner. My father's like, "Bam!" He's like, "Can you fucking go over there?" I go, "What does he want this time?" So I go over there, and he's sitting there, and he's got a little jug sitting in front of the couch. And he's like, "Take out my tool. I need to take a leak." Because he has a busted hip from the war. So I had to help him up his walker. I had to unzip his fly, reach into his pants, and hold his cock while he took a piss into a jug.
That's so tough.
And I did that. And I said, "Look, if there's ever any way I'm getting to heaven, I think that was my free pass." So I held my grandfather's cock. I think I got a shot to get into heaven. So I did it. It's tough, and it felt weird.
Well, it's family. You do what you got to do for family,
Yeah,
right?
Well, I guess so.
Yeah, but you held Richard's cock, right?
Yeah, but that's. I mean, it felt like a German Shepherd's paw that's been shaved down, and then you literally feel the stream of piss go through the vesicles. I mean, and I was only 17 years old, and it was the oddest feeling in the world. And then he says to me, "Shake it off," which I, say.
Do you guys make eye contact? Are you like smiling at each other?
I
or-
stood straight, and he was watching Jeopardy. All I remember was just watching Jeopardy as I held his penis, and they shook it off. I tucked it back in. I washed my hands, and I left. And I said, Dad, I'm never going back there again. I just held Grandpa's cock. Apparently, my dad was doing that for quite some time, and he never told me. And I think that was the deal. I think that my grandfather needs someone to help him take a leak. And my dad pawned it off on me.
With no heads up.
No heads up. He's like, can you help me out? Can you go to Grandpa, see what he wants? Every time I went, it was for peppermint patties and apple pies, so it wasn't this time.
Hey, it's Ronnie Limo Drive. It's on Tuesday's wrap-up show. We got in a conversation about Debbie the Pet Lady's appearance, how I thought some of it was bullshit, and, some of it is shtick, but a lot of it is she is crazy. But you got to make a decision for yourself. You got to check it out on the wrap-up show.
We should probably start off, though, and I could see the calls coming already, about Debbie and Ed. Gary, a lot of times you come up with these ideas and you really don't know how it's going to go. You had serious wild cards with Ed and Debbie, but the premise was there, which was, can Ed make Debbie crack?
It was a disaster till 2 seconds before they got in there.
How do you mean?
Well, for starters, Debbie came in. She was sick as a dog. She was throwing up in the green room, and she was unbelievably calm. Like, when I went to see her, she's like, oh, Gary, I feel so bad. So I was like, now I got calm Debbie. Then I go out to the other green room, and Ed's out there, and Ed goes, good news, Gary. This is the most sober you've ever seen me. I'm taking my medications. Everything's going fine. I'm like, it's just the weird one day I need the nuts. I get the normal people. But then...
Did you really think the two of them would have a passive conversation?
No, and in a way, it worked out better because if she'd have been as crazy as she usually is, and he'd have been drunk, I wouldn't have been able to control them as much as we weren't able to control them.
I know Will was all over Debbie. He was on bucket duty, apparently.
Right. And I had Ed, and then I had to get Richie Wilson to grab the other side of Ed because he kept getting around me.
Was she throwing up in the green room from the get-go?
That's what they said. Yeah, that's what the people are telling me. And the funny thing is, Jason from AGT, he came in with me during the break when we were talking about it, and I was like, oh my God, she's throwing up. Oh my God, she's throwing up. And Jason goes, yeah, that's pretty common at AGT.
So what was the lineup in the studio? You had Ed on one side and
Debbie on the couch.
And Debbie was trying to go over to another mic, but Will sat her down.
Right.
And in between, you had you, Ronnie, Will,
and Richie Wilson.
I also noticed there was a moment where Gary was like choreographing Will to block, like that.
Yes.
Like that they were physically getting so close.
Well, no, what happened was Debbie started to walk over, and Ronnie was standing in the back, and I'm like, I pointed to Ronnie, I'm like, dude, she's getting way too close. Get over here.
All right, let's go to a call. Brad in Pennsylvania, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good.
Love the show.
Thanks.
I think that was an awesome segment, but I think you guys screwed up. You should have had Debbie have to talk to Ed while he was talking back to her, because you can sit and be quiet while someone's mouthing off to you if you just block it out. But if you're talking to someone, you can't block it out.
Well, we talked about that after the bit. There's a couple things going on. First of all, trust me when I tell you she was not blocking it out. She was literally eating the fucking pillow. But it would have been, how do you judge that? In other words, if Debbie has to talk to him normally, Debbie doesn't talk normal when she's talking normal. So how can you define what normal is?
Yeah, how do you know when she's losing it?
Before the bit happened, I thought it should be she has to stay silent so there's no ambiguity. But now, having seen this, I think we should definitely do it again, and she has to at least talk during it. And we have to come up with some definition, and I don't think that'll be that hard, that, whether she wins or loses. Because I compared it to, like, I could fast. I could not eat for the next 7 days. That'd be tough. Much tougher would be to eat right for the next 7 days.
Now, did Ed see it as a challenge to get Deb? Does he enjoy getting under Debbie's skin like that?
He was a little weirded out because we didn't tell either one of them why they were coming. And when I told him, he's like, I knew this. He's like, listen, she's gonna attack me. Are you gonna protect me? And so I said, and I don't think he was talking about during the bit. He meant after the bit.
Oh wow!
So when Ed was done, I got him right out while Debbie was still in there. I go, leave now. You don't want drama. Leave now. And he listened to me. He was with other people who seemed to have control over him, including, by the way, a girlfriend who seemed way too normal to be Ed's girlfriend and was sort of cute.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Greg in Atlanta, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, thanks. I had did it affect anybody in the studio, especially Will, her gagging like that about puking? How do you guys stand there without getting sick? I mean, I know y'all seen some of these disgusting things and heard disgusting stuff, but I was just about to lose it. Listen to her just almost puke the whole time.
I'm the guy of anybody on the show. I'm the first link in the chain reaction of puking. And for me, for some reason, the audio is way worse than the visual. So a couple of times, I don't know if they show it on camera, I took my headphones off. Did you see me do it? I took my headphones off and I put my fingers in my ear because I was afraid I was going to puke.
I was getting nauseous, and it's, for me, I think it was the visual of, like, you see her stomach moving up and then, like that coming.
Yeah.
You have those waves of nausea.
Yeah, you heard it come up a couple of times, and she didn't even vomit.
A lot of burping, too.
A lot of burping. She had a lot going on there.
It's also, I think, interesting, like, from a psychological perspective, Debbie seems to me to have she probably has some sort of mental things that, I don't know what it is. But that even when something's big enough, she can find a way to control herself.
Yeah, so that questions is, do you think that she's genuinely disturbed, or is it something that she can kind of put a handle on?
She wanted money.
I think she's genuinely disturbed, but there's another mental process taking over for the wanting the money.
And John, there was a point in one of the shows, the Block Party, over the weekend where I had to get in between Debbie, who was coming after JD, and it was the real deal.
Why was she going after JD?
I know.
Well, if you want to say it.
You say it.
Well, she was not happy at the comment JD made on the wrap-up show that he's scared of her because she's been to Rikers.
Right.
And, she did not like that. She wanted an apology, and JD didn't want to be in the same room. And she didn't have a good set that night and took it out on JD and literally jumped off the couch and went after him. And I got in between them, and the only thing that calmed her down was I said, look, I'm not going to bring you back out again, and I'm not going to pay you if this is what you're going to do.
What is a good Debbie set?
She did kind of have one. We did 2 shows in Long Island Thursday night. The first one didn't go well because I sent her up with Ronnie and JD. The second one, I sent her up by herself, and I thought that was her best set of the night. She had a couple jokes. She started yelling at people, and then when she finally calmed down, somebody just yelled out, "Ass napkin," and she fucking blew her set.
But is staying calm a bad set? Is that what the bad
She
set?
can't stay calm. It's just, it's impossible. 3 minutes is the most calm I've ever seen her for.
I don't know if Lieberman ever did this story on the news, but I know this is my favorite thing about Debbie and Rikers Island. She's got a certificate. She ran in a race at Rikers Island, a mile, and I think she came in 3rd place.
Let me tell you something. I'd be a fast fucking runner if I was in Rikers too.
Let's go to Jeremy in Kentucky. Jeremy, you're on the wrap-up show.
Morning, fellas.
Hey, Jeremy.
I just, what I was saying earlier, I mean, I've never seen pictures of Debbie. I've listened to her a few times on the show. I don't know, from the sound there, I think she's hot. I just wonder how much fun it would be to go out on a date with her.
Why do you think it'd be fun?
Well, I mean, it's just with her personality. I mean, God, it's always going to be something interesting. I mean, there'll never be a dull moment, that's for damn sure.
Don't you want a few dull moments once in a while? By the way, I every time I see Debbie, I say this. She's not an unattractive woman. I mean, you got to get past the personality. I'm not saying she's hot, but she's not. She doesn't look like what you think she's going to look like.
What's with her and Medicated Pete?
We at the block party, I have it all on tape. Medicated Pete was hitting on her. Now, Medicated Pete was very drunk, but he was hitting on her big time. And then she said, "Are you really going to take me on a date?" And she must have said it 10 times. "Are you really going to take me on a real date?"
But she also has the thing. She met Sour Shoes for the first time, who came out to the show in New Jersey. And they were talking for about 10 minutes. I walked up and interrupted him. Sour Shoes was talking in his baby voice to her. And she said, "This guy is something else." And I said,
That's true.
you name anyone from the show, and he can do a dead-on impression. And she looks at me 100% serious, and she goes, "Oh, he doesn't really talk this way?"
But she wanted to know which of them was younger. She wanted to date the younger one.
Right.
That's what she said. And Pete is a little bit younger.
But I heard she scared Pete away. Why? But they were talking, and then what happened?
She either flipped out at JD or Ronnie. Like, she flipped out a few times
She
that
flipped
night.
out, started pounding the table in front of Ronnie, and she and Ronnie literally almost came to fists. I mean, Debbie had to be restrained in the green room.
I thought Ronnie was sort of taking care of her on this.
He was, but you can't predict what's going to happen. The littlest thing that you don't even think is a big deal all of a sudden you come into World War III into that room.
And I want to clarify, somebody said, does Debbie play all this up? Is it real? She does play it up a little bit, but I spent the day at her house, and she is physically and mentally handicapped, according to the state.
What's her
she has
physical handicap?
paranoid psychosis, which is her mental handicap, and she has a tumor lodged in her leg, which prevents her from doing some manual labor type things. So they send a bus for her to take her to doctor's appointments and things of that sort. So while she does play it up a little bit, most of it she can't control.
Has she ever, when you were like working with her, do you feel she's ever gotten like out of control towards you?
No, but I watched her take her medication. The morning that I went there, I watched her take her medication, and she was calm for about 2 hours, and then I could see it starting to come out. And she has, it's no secret, we reported it. She has about 18 or 19 different prescription meds that she takes on a regular basis, and they're hard to keep track of. So if she mixes the wrong meds, like AGT, she was calm because she told me she took 3 times her normal meds to show up at AGT and be calm, and she was behaved.
Corey, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hello.
Hey, Corey.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
Yeah, I'm number one fan. That you guys had today was the number one. I was cracking up so much in Dunkin' Donuts. People were looking at me like I was retarded. I could not stop laughing. I can hear Debbie the Pet Lady grunting and grunting. Oh, and I kept saying, "Suck my dick." Oh, you guys are the best. I'm the number one fan.
I thought he was going to get her when he said that she abuses the pets.
No, my favorite line of the day was when she's screaming. Then there's a pause, and you just hear him go, "Eat my shithole."
Ronnie, you were in there when Debbie and Ed were going at it. Were you worried that was going to come to blows?
Please. It's a mouthful of bullshit too.
Well, there was a moment where I was less worried about Ed and much more worried about Debbie.
Debbie's not even crazy.
Why don't you like Ed, Ronnie?
I can't deal with him, man.
Why
don't you like the microphone, Ronnie?
Well, it doesn't work. That one's not working. Why don't I like him? He's annoying. He's
annoying.
Almost as bad. Annoying. He's almost as bad as Jeff the Drunk. Because most of the time he does come in here drunk or whatever he's fucked up on. And he usually breaks my balls constantly while he's here.
He was quiet today, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was very quiet. Well, we kept him outside, too, which was good. And we shut the radio off so he couldn't hear anything.
He also brought people with him that seemed to be able to
keep him under control
that were normal.
a little bit. Yeah.
What was going on with Pete and Debbie at the block party? And and Debbie was getting in your face also?
Debbie gets in everybody's face. Debbie's... She's fine. I mean, I'm not scared of her. She can't. She can't hurt anybody, man. I'm telling you, she's just. There's a little bit of acting class in there. I'm telling you.
I disagree.
Oh, I do. I don't because I saw it firsthand. Saw it firsthand Friday night.
So you're saying she's a fake?
Not total. But there is acting classes involved.
Really?
Yes.
So do you think then that she didn't deserve the money then today? Like, would you think she was just acting?
No. She is nuts. Oh. But she can control it.
Controllable
nuts.
On Wednesday's wrap-up show, all the talk was about Ronnie Mudd. Dan the Song Parody Man got under Ronnie's skin, and we tried to figure out why, and then Ronnie came in and shed absolutely no light on the subject. It was just Ronnie's day today, starting with the Big Dan feud and ending with the turn-by-turn directions to Jersey.
I'm not picking on Ronnie, but sometimes he makes it his day, and I thought that his inability to understand why Howard didn't want him doing that to Dan made it his day.
Do you think he was just blacked out to it because he's so pissed off at Dan and Dan gets under his skin?
I understand that Ronnie hates Dan. I can sort of understand why. I'm not sure that it could be displaced, but you could say, we don't need to know why. Ronnie hates Dan. That's all we need to know. But you got to think of the show when you say nobody up here likes you, nobody wants you up here. And I can even understand Ronnie being so blacked out to it that he doesn't understand what is happening. But when Howard explains it to him in a much calmer environment and says, even though you're doing your block party, even though you're backstage, you're representing me when you say nobody wants you up here, and he doesn't understand that, I think that's tough.
He said when it comes to Dan, he's not going to back off. Ronnie said that repeatedly.
But that means he's not listening to Howard.
And Gary, I think he does understand that. I just think this is a special circumstance that for whatever reason, he doesn't want to see it where, he's not going to take shit from this guy, and he's going to put him in his place.
But did Dan give him shit?
Have you ever been thanked by Dan?
What do you mean?
No, I'm just kidding. That's all Dan did. Was as far as I know.
What I'm saying is that it appeared Dan walked in and Ronnie started shit with him. And again, I understand why he doesn't want him there. I'm more prone to just ignore somebody than to fucking yell at him.
What about Ronnie not knowing his way to where Newark. AGT is happening in Newark?
That's a tough one because, I mean, he does know his way there, but that really is a tough one. The George Washington Bridge is way out of the way. What Ronnie's saying is you got to go all the way downtown to get to the Holland or the Lincoln. Well, the Lincoln is not all the way downtown. It's pretty close.
A couple blocks away.
But when I showed Howard on the map, you saw his eyes almost fell out of his head. It's a way you can go, but it's the kind of way you go when you're told that the Holland Tunnel's been blown up.
Ken in Florida, you're on the wrap-up show.
Yeah, the very fact that you're having this kind of discussion about a so-called security person kind of tells you something's off. But that everything's been forgotten about his core job, that he's a hothead on the road, that he fucked up the purchase of the limo, couldn't get the heat right in the limo over the years, song parodies were made about it. The guy's just wrong.
Well, I don't know that you could yell at a guy for what he does. Like, I don't know how many... See, here's the problem. Like, you have a boss, right? Whatever you do, you have a boss. Ken?
Yeah. Well, I'm my own boss these days, but yeah, I know what you mean.
All right, but say, okay, do your employees know what you do on the weekend? They probably don't. They don't get to see... Ronnie is out on the weekend being videotaped by our staff, so we know Ronnie's every move on the weekend. What if we didn't know what Ronnie did on the weekend? He went out and he got drunk and he got nuts and he yelled at people and he came in on money you'd never know.
Ronnie, Gary, let me ask you a bigger picture question, which is this. Do you think, and I'm not kidding, I'm being very serious, do you think that Ronnie's star, which we joke around sometimes is right, do you think it's gotten to him? Do you think that he's been affected by the success of the block party, the appearance in a film, possible TV shows, all this stuff? Do you think that level of fame has touched him in some way where he's a little bit different?
I don't think it's such a huge level that it would give you a big head. I don't think so. Ronnie can be hot-headed. I think Ronnie would hate Dan if he never went on the road. But I'll throw it back at you. What do you think?
I think it's affected him in some way. I don't. How could it not? I mean, if you have a block party named after you and you got all these fans coming and screaming and loving you, it absolutely would get to you.
May I ask him?
Please do.
Angry Dwarf.
Ronnie, the question on the table is, calm down. The question on the table is, the block party, the movie offers, the sold-out shows, has this somehow affected you, giving you a little bit of a big head?
Why? Because I fought with Dan.
Wait, hold on.
I would fight with Dan argue with Dan if there was no block party.
That's what I just said.
And
I'm sorry,
it has nothing to do with the block party. It has nothing to do with a big head. It has nothing to do with being.
But even
whatever.
though Ronnie Howard specifically told you to back off, you're like, I can't back off, Dan.
No, I can't.
Why? I mean, your boss is telling you to back off.
I can't.
But you do understand.
But when he's here, I don't say anything bad to him. I just don't have any interaction with him.
But you do understand that even though it's your weekend, your night, your block party, that when you say to a guy who works here, nobody wants you up there, nobody likes you up there, that it does affect the show. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I understand that part.
So that's why Howard asked you not
when people start saying things to you, and so you retaliate. What am I going to say?
Hey, Ron, when he came up there, can you kind of act out? What did he say to you?
Okay. First of all, Benji, anybody that came up to the green room had to have a laminate on to get inside the green room.
And the green room was packed. Debbie, the pet lady,
he didn't have one. He was invited by Shuli as a guest to come and see the show. He wasn't invited to the green room
Do you think
afterwards.
he snuck up into it, though?
I don't know how he got up there.
But it might have been just someone saying, "Oh, hey, Dan, come on up."
No, I know Dan pretty well. He wanted to be up there.
Okay, so when he approached you, what did he say?
He walked over to me and he said, "I just wanted to thank you for having me at the show." And in turn, I said to him, I didn't invite you to the show. I wouldn't have invited you to the show. I didn't want you here. And I said, I don't know why you're in the room to begin with. And that's when it all started.
But Howard said at those times, there are times
there was nothing wrong with him being at the show. Shuli invited him as a guest. That's fine. I have no problem with that. I saw him sitting there the whole night. And he was right about the water and everything that he said there was water on the floor. I saw the water, but fine. He was nice. He said it fine. And I acknowledged it. I said thank you, and I just kept walking.
But there are times when you have to talk to people that you don't necessarily like, and you got to take the quote-unquote high road and just Be polite, even though you don't want to. I mean, we all go through that at one time.
No, I basically told him he didn't belong in there, and he didn't. But that's his MO. He does that at every show.
Well, surely, do you agree he didn't belong in there?
Well, he wasn't. It wasn't part of him coming out to the show.
Dude, it's a yes or no answer, Shuli. It's a yes or no answer. Did he belong in there? Yes or no?
No, I didn't tell him he can go to the green room.
But
so
let me.
no.
You still can't say no.
I just said no.
Yeah, but you guys don't know that he was told not to go up to the green room.
Right. Okay, say little Mikey came to the show as your guest, right? And wouldn't you say, oh, you would think, I wonder why little Mikey didn't come back. He's like part of the show. He's like, if he came back, would you find that odd?
High pitch Eric.
Would you find it odd if little Mikey came back uninvited? I don't think you would.
Probably not. Little Mikey's he's a harmless
You like
guy.
him?
Yeah.
This is what this is about, though.
I understand, but I like Dan. I wouldn't have invited Dan if I look. When I first moved out here, I didn't know anybody. Dan helped me with a lot of things. He was a very nice guy, and he helped me out with a lot of stuff. I had my issues with Dan in the past.
You're not kidding, you did. You had a nice little argument with him on the air not too long ago.
Absolutely.
You don't remember that?
What I'm saying is, for somebody
When he
who's
called you a hack?
somebody
I
who's
remember.
a part of the show, which Dan is,
yes,
forgot
somebody
about
who's a
that
part of the show, to come backstage and then they come back, and if somebody says somebody must have said you can come in, unless he snuck around a corner. I just don't think it's that weird that he comes back. It's not odd that he was
but
back
why
there.
come right to me, Gary, when he knows we don't have a relationship?
Maybe he was trying to put an
I don't
olive
want
branch.
a relationship
But maybe he was
with
trying
him.
to put the olive branch out.
I don't want it.
What are you going to do? What are you
But
going to
that's
do?
fine.
What are you going to do if he shows up in Jamaica?
I'll stop it, John.
I'm being serious.
He's not showing up in Jamaica unless he pays for a ticket. Then I'll be as gracious as I can be.
But Shuli
said,
if he pays $900 for a ticket, he's welcome to come.
Will that ruin
Shuli
your
said he
trip,
was
though?
invited.
Excuse me?
Shuli did invite him.
He did.
Yeah, okay.
No, he did. He might have been when he
good.
walked
Then
out.
he could take me off the show with Scott.
You know
like
what?
he did
I'm
with Scott.
you know what I'm sort
You
of
know?
picking up on here, and you guys can tell me over here if I'm off base. You seem pissed off at Shuli.
Why am I pissed off at Shuli?
I think
he's
you're
not-
angry.
Well, he can't give a straight answer.
He's not
That's
full-
one thing.
he's not fully
He's
supporting
trying to
you.
play both sides
Not only
of
that,
the
you
coin.
probably blame him for what happened today because he invited Dan if Dan had never
There's
been
no
invited.
problem with inviting Dan. Like I said, if he never came up to the green room, if he went to the show like he was supposed to, he was with Gianna, and they were sitting together. They were supposed to, when Gianna didn't come up to the green room. Why didn't she come up? She's part.
In
She
all
worked
fair- in all
here.
fairness-
She works for Jay Thomas. She works with Shuli. She didn't just walk upstairs without being invited.
And High Pitch Eric came to the show. I told him he can come at the very end. I bring him on stage, say hi to people. And he never had a pass to go up to the green room. And before he did, he asked me if he could. And so...
Yeah,
I
in
let
all
him up
fairness,
there.
though, if you would have said no, he still would have come up.
Probably. There was food up there. He would have found it.
Scott's pissed at Ronnie. Ronnie's pissed at Shuli. Shuli's
Scott's
pissed at
not pissed
Scott.
at me.
He isn't?
No.
You said yesterday he was kind of giving you the cold
No,
shoulder, and your relationship isn't
John,
the same.
You're twisting things around.
Not
I
really.
said
Ronnie's pissed
that
at
he's.
John.
I just said that it's not the same way as it was. I didn't say he was pissed at me.
But he has you applied that Scott has a weird feeling towards you. Maybe it's not
I
pissed,
think
but it's
so.
a weird
Yeah.
feeling.
But then, as of yesterday, I didn't think so.
Well, and also you've always sort of
Well,
like
things changed
said
yesterday afternoon.
you've always sort of when it came up with
I'm sorry, Benji. What changed yesterday afternoon?
It's just something changed.
What
I'm
changed?
not going to bring it up.
Did he
I'm
talk
not
to
going,
you?
I'm not going into it. Yeah, we had a talk.
Okay, so that's what changed.
That's good.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, good.
So you aired,
Everything's fine.
You aired it out.
We didn't know, and we didn't air it. It was nothing. We didn't even discuss the block party. How's that?
But you've always sort of like seemed to say, "Hey, I wasn't part of it. I don't know what's going on." When Scott was upset at Shuli, but then
Right.
today you said Shuli, like, "Hey, give all your lies like you have all along. Do what you did to Scott." So you seem to be saying that he did something wrong to Scott.
No. What I said was, I was joking about the money situation when he said he was going to dock my pay, and I said, "Oh, like you did to Scott." That's all I said.
So do you feel what he did to Scott was wrong?
No, he had a point to make to Scott, and he was the one who's in charge of with the money, how much everybody gets paid.
Well, and also
I have
Benji,
nothing.
Scott
I have
quit.
nothing to do with that, Benji, and I keep telling everybody that. I don't know if you believe it or not, but just because my name is on it, I let those guys handle it. Him and Sequoia handle everything in finances and booking the shows.
I think
have
you
nothing
secretly
to do
control
with it.
everything here.
Okay, well, if you think that, that's fine.
Dan in Illinois, you're on the wrap-up show.
Don't yell him. It's a different Dan.
Hey guys, love the show.
Hey, Dan.
Anyways, Shuli, like Ronnie just said, Shuli made the comment earlier he's going to dock his pay. Ronnie's the guy who sells the tickets. He's the personality. If Ronnie goes away,
there is no show. There goes Shuli's paycheck.
Now I've just docked his pay again, sir, just for this call.
Oh, no.
I would guess, and Ronnie, if I'm honest,
mine is 0 now.
I would guess that probably what you're saying is that Ronnie is the draw. But if you ask Ronnie, does Ronnie want to run the show?
No.
Pay people? He would say absolutely not.
I don't want to.
No, I don't want to run the show. And that was, that's how it was from the beginning. I don't want to run the show.
And I just want to say, when we first started the whole thing, nobody was buying tickets. Nobody was coming out. Now it's a successful tour. And if anybody could pull diva shit and get a big head, it would be Ronnie. And he really hasn't. I would love to sit here and say he's asking for this, that, and the other thing. But he really doesn't. He's a total
Ronnie,
team player.
He's as small as he ever was.
Scott said he had an agreement that you guys all were taking part of a split. That all came up. At this point, are you straight pay or do you get part of a split also?
I don't get part of a split.
Is that true, Shuli?
I get pay, and I get if we do really well, I get a bonus.
That's part of a split, then, right?
Yeah, it is. He's still. Yeah.
He's working on a base versus a draw.
Right, contract
Right,
plus
I get a
bonus.
base just like Scott was getting, and it was explained to Scott too that he was getting a base, and if we did better, he would get more also. That was explained to him,
Nick
but he
in-
didn't see it that way.
Nick in New York, you're on the
I don't
wrap-up
fault
show.
him for that. He's got his thing in his head the way he sees it, and it's his personal opinion, and that's the way he's handling it. It's got nothing to do with me and him being friends.
Go ahead, Nick.
This is like a Ronnie vortex now. It's Benji Stick, just in Ronnie format. I think
I'm not
Ronnie
trying to do a shtick, mister. I'm really not.
Mister.
I'm not. I was because Dan started this whole thing. I'm not trying to. There's no vortex here.
Take it easy,
mister. I used to love you. You were great. You would just kind of come in, you'd have your quick little to say, and then you'd walk
Yeah, but Howard kept calling me back in, dude. It's his show, and if he calls me back in, I go back in.
You got like the perfect gig. You got the.
I know I do. I know that.
Well, then don't ruin it by getting pissed at Dan and getting Howard on your bad side. Like you've got it made.
Yeah, well, listen. Sometimes you can't help yourself. Somebody pisses you off enough. You just get set off. I'm sorry.
I've never heard you scream like that before. You hit a high note today that I have
And
never heard.
your face was a color red I'd never seen. You were pissed.
Yeah. You asked me a question about having a big head,
Yeah.
John. I'm the last one to have a big head at these shows. I'm the one who stays and hangs out with the people, even if they didn't pay for a meet and greet. I'll tell them to hang out and take pictures with them and sign autographs and whatever they want. I signed girls' boobs the other night. I mean,
how generous. It's like Mother Teresa on this thing.
No, but
the point out you weren't in here. What I said was, Ronnie, I don't think you can help it. I think when people are going to your block party, when you're going and you're doing a movie for Stamos, when it's natural. I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm saying it's very difficult to keep a level
do you
head
have a
when
big
all this
head
stuff
now?
is happening.
You have all kinds of TV shows, radio shows. Do you have a big head?
Ask Jason; he'll tell you.
Yeah.
Do you?
No.
No.
I don't think but I think
See, nobody thinks they do.
No, but I think it's definitely affected me in some way. I'm sure it has. Absolutely. I try not to let
I
it.
try
but-
not to also.
Okay.
All right, superstars.
Just because of what happened, with Dan, that doesn't make me. I got a big head now because I got in an argument with a guy I haven't liked for years.
One last thing before we go to break, Ronnie. I know it upsets you when your professionalism is questioned, and apparently you can't find your way to Newark.
I'll stop it. Give me a break with that, will you?
It's that head. It's too big.
Right. It's too big, right.
Do you think Howard now doubts your driving
I
expertise?
don't know. Maybe he does. I don't know. But all I was saying about the George Washington Bridge, that if the tunnel is backed up for miles and you can't get to the tunnel, you can go that way. It is miles out of the way, but if there's no traffic, you're constantly moving, you're still going to get there. You're not going to sit there for an hour trying to get through the Lincoln Tunnel. By the time you get through the Lincoln Tunnel, you could be there by going through the George Washington Bridge. If it's backed up and you can't get out of the city.
But how special a circumstance would you say would have to be?
Like when they close the tubes of the tunnel and the tunnel is closed and you can't get near it? That's when I.
But I think
that's what I'm talking
you gave
about.
Howard the impression that it was.
I never gave him that.
A
I
good
said there's other
alternative,
ways
not
to go.
a special case.
I said in an emergency.
Yeah, like 9/11. It's a good way to go.
That's how Scott got home.
Ronnie,
Yeah, right, to the bowling tournament.
How's it going to be that first night when you hit that traffic and Howard's in the car?
Well, the first night it won't be bad.
Well, I'm saying the night that it eventually happens, because you're going to run into something one night.
Oh, yeah, of course it is.
Are you more fearful of that night or the next morning?
It's something you can't help. What are you going to do?
Hey, we've joked around.
He knows about traffic. He knows it's bad.
Is there really any talk of like a special lane, police escort, that kind of thing?
not about a special lane, but I've spoken to some people that might be able to help
careful.
us get through stuff.
Who just got in trouble for this? Was it P. Diddy?
No.
Somebody got in trouble for
Yeah,
getting
in
New
New
Jersey.
Jersey State Police got in
Who
trouble.
had the police escort? It was a rap star.
I don't know.
It was 20 Ferraris or something. And,
that was a different one.
Oh, that was
there
a
was
different
one in New York. It was P. Diddy had a special police escort, and all those guys got in trouble.
Well, I'm not saying anything, and I'm not saying I'm gonna use it because
you already did.
At this, no, I didn't.
Kind of did.
Because at this certain place where this thing is at, it's not. You don't really need who these certain people couldn't help us. Really,
What?
that much.
I know what he's saying.
Oh, friends of ours?
They really couldn't help us that much because when you get off the highway to where we're going, it's a quarter of a mile to get there.
So
from
there's
the
no
highway.
special way to.
Yeah, there's really no
Have you ever
special.
thought of, like,
I mean, they
doing-
could push us through maybe, but
have you looked into a speedboat
Or like
I'm
an
serious.
ambulance? How about an
No.
ambulance?
No.
No,
Have you ever
serious.
thought of like taking an
No,
ambulance?
I know what you're saying.
You could take a boat from here and get there quick.
That would be
Well,
so
no,
cool.
that would take you to Jersey. That would take you to Jersey City.
7, you're on the wrap-up show.
Oh, let me talk about Ronnie. Can we come back to it for 1 second?
Go ahead.
All right. First off, okay. Dan, the song parody man, I've had him in my recording studio, is the nicest guy on the planet. I've never had a problem with Dan. He comes in, he's always pleasant. He's always never said a negative word about anyone on the show ever. Okay? I think this is just turning into the Ronnie Munn show. It's like he's treating Howard like Howard's an employee. I cannot believe Howard's putting up with it. I mean, how much can Howard take? It's becoming psychotic. Am I right or wrong here?
Well, Ronnie's right here, Ron.
Whatever, the guy's got his opinion.
Ronnie, come on! Everyone thinks it. You're out of your fucking mind. I mean, how are you going to blow the greatest thing ever? You're a limo driver. God bless you, and now you're a midget security man. That's awesome. But you're going to blow this, bro? By
Go hang
acting
out
like
with your
a
buddy, and
fucking
you have,
banana?
like I said, go hang out with your buddy. You got your opinion.
He's not
be my
buddy.
guest to
I've
have
only
your
met him
opinion.
a few times, but he was always a mensch. He's never bothering nobody.
How do you know? Have you been here? Have you been around when he's been up here?
Everyone who's met him says he's a
Okay,
good
great.
guy.
Everyone who's met him. You bring me all those people that met him around here.
All right, well, listen, Ronnie, it just seems that you're going to blow it. You're
Well,
on
that's
a
my
crash
problem, not
course
yours, sir.
to
You have
fuck
your
up
opinion.
a
Like I
good
said,
thing.
you have your opinion.
Sir, this is Shuli. What are you doing next March?
I'm coming to break his balls in Jamaica.
Yeah, good. You do that.
By the way, to correct one thing Shuli said, that Dan never had an office up here, that's actually not true. Remember when we were at K-Rock?
Yeah.
We had that engineering closet.
Right. Oh, the smoking
The
closet?
smoking closet.
Right.
And he used to do his work
Oh,
in
my
there.
God,
He used
yeah.
to work in there.
Yeah, but that was just for a short period of time.
Well,
That
remember
was-
when we got here, he kept moving to different people's desks, and people were like, "What's he doing here?"
We had a closet that was full of old equipment where people went to smoke after it was illegal to smoke.
Was that next to Scott?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was a smoking closet. And then, like, one day I walked in there, and he had a little set of speakers. It was, I mean, it really looked like it looked
Cigarettes
like he was in the
going.
basement.
Yeah.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hey, it's Gary Dell'Abate. On Monday's wrap-up show, we talked to Sal and Shuli about their big trip out to Vegas at the Hard Rock Hotel. Sal felt he was mistreated. He threw a hissy fit. Some people said he had the right to. Some people said he was being a diva. So we hashed it out, and here's how it went.
Sal, you did not have a very good time at the Hard Rock. At least
I had
didn't
a great
sound like
time.
that to me.
In spite of what had happened, I had a great time.
But you trashed the shit out of them on the air this morning. You probably will not be invited back.
That's fine by me. I don't want to go back. Do you want to go back to a restaurant?
But did you have a great time, or do you not want to go back?
I had a great time with the guys. I had a great time with the fans. I had
But
a
you know
terrible,
they-
I had a terrible experience with the nightclub, with the casino and the club. And as a courtesy, before all this went down, I might interject here and make you aware. I just realized I'm interjecting on myself. But anyway, I went to Shuli and I said, Shuli, I'm upset about this, but before I go any further, do you have any problem with me voicing my opinions and my disgust with what happened? And Shuli said no. So if Shuli would have, if Shuli would have given me, said no, as a courtesy to Shuli and Ronnie and the block party, I wouldn't have said a thing. And John Lieberman was there as well. So I only voiced my opinion after I went to Shuli respectfully to see if I could do it.
But you didn't. But with that being said, like I didn't know. Can I say something would mean writing "Go fuck yourself" on a check? Like there's.
Shuli, you laughed and said "Go nuts." You laughed and said "Go nuts." But you know what? Like I said, I went to them first as a courtesy. They fucked up big time, and to tell you the truth, I think I was quite nice.
Why did you give the 18% tip?
What? Because you know what? The girl's still working. She still did her job.
I don't believe Sal did.
I'll
That's my
guarantee you.
statement.
He doesn't believe.
I don't believe.
you
I don't
paid.
believe you paid the check yourself, and I don't believe
Why?
you gave 18%.
Why would you think
tip.
that?
I just because I toured with you for 2 years.
You want to bet
before
on
this.
it? You want to bet on it?
But Shuli, what do you? Wait, hold on. What do you mean you toured with him for 2 years? And
Because Sal, when he gets at these shows and he gets a couple Kettle Ones in him.
Kettle One and pineapple.
Kettle One and pineapple.
And wine on the plane.
I watched
Wine on the plane.
I watched it one night, and he knows this story. He laughs
babe?
about it now.
Yeah, but it's just funny.
One of the guys that promoted us early on, he goes, "Hey, babe!" He yells. He goes, "Hey, babe! Kettle One and pineapple." And he goes, two, babe, two.
That's not a big deal. The guy goes, "What do you want to drink?" And I said two as a courtesy, so he had to go back and forth. This guy's
you're
serving
too
drinks
kind.
like crazy. So look, I waited 5 hours for my food. My key card was fucked up 2 times in a row. I was angry, and there was no place to sit. We're sitting outside. As soon as I get outside, it's the sweltering heat. I'm sweating there like a Cambodian with flies on his fucking face, and I'm like, I can't even sit down in this place. We're doing a poker tournament.
But you know, when you talked to John,
let me
you
just
gave
we heard what went wrong.
When you talked to John, you gave a totally different side of things. You stood behind everything that pissed you off. There was no mention of writing on the check, "This is for your manager, not you." There was no mention
I still stand behind it. I stand behind it even fucking more. Fuck that place. I hope they go into the. There's not a
But
scene
are you
in Las
aware
Vegas,
that
but if
that
there was,
place?
I wouldn't mind.
Are you aware that place specifically
Sure.
asked for you and Richard?
No, I did. And I never implied. What does that have to do with anything?
They're the ones who you were not on this show until they said we want Sal Rich. So this hotel that you're shitting on that did nothing for you are the ones that hired you for this gig.
Exactly. So they should have at least had the courtesy to send over a fucking manager after waiting 3 hours for food.
And listen,
and
Sal,
had the courtesy to make me aware that it's $15 for a fucking cup.
I'm not
and
saying,
to not send me
but Sal,
across
you know
the
what?
casino.
At the end of the day, Sal, at the end of the day, his name is on fucking poker tables,
and that's probably
and he could throw a fucking diva fit and be an asshole, and he doesn't.
And that's
none
why
of us do.
I didn't either. I'm talking
What
about.
do you mean you didn't? Of course you
this
did.
This is no reflection on your show. This is logistics.
It reflects not only our show, it reflects
then surely you
Howard,
should have said
it
no to me.
reflects-
When I asked you, you should have said no and not laughed. You knew
I'm
I was
sorry
going to get
that
mad.
I have to tell a grown man no. Don't shit on the hotel that we're
Surely,
performing
if you
at
waited
the
5
entire
hours for food,
weekend.
would you be mad if you waited 5 hours for food?
I probably would be.
Would you
and
be
I
mad if you had to
wouldn't
walk
have
through a
handled it
casino?
this way.
Well, I
This is
handle
my
it this way.
point.
This is
And
how
it's
I handle
wrong,
shit.
and it's
well, that's
wrong.
fine, but that's how Sal Governelli handles shit. Go fuck yourself with AIDS up your ass.
Sal, I do have one thing I do want to say, and I can understand as a patron you being upset.
That's
But
all
hold
I'm
on,
talking
hold on,
about.
let me finish.
And I'm
No,
sorry to
let me
reflection
finish.
on the block
Oh,
party,
I'm
and that's
fin-
why I asked Shuli as a considerate
You're a
person.
grown adult. You're a
May I
father.
finish
You
the
have
thought?
kids. You know what's
Why
right
did you
and
laugh
wrong.
it off
What
and
are you,
say
what are you-
yes?
What are you
Why
pinning
did you
this
laugh-
on me?
I'm not pinning it on you.
I didn't go
I'm
Sal,
not.
right? Go fuck
I'm not
yourself on
pinning
a
it
check.
on you. I'm saying
Take
that
responsibility for it.
I
Maybe,
did. I
maybe you
came to
didn't
you.
handle it in the right way.
What's
Instead
the
of
right
being
way,
a tough
Shuli?
guy,
What's the right way?
Then you come to Sequoia. You go to somebody and you say, listen, our food is in here. This, that. There's 9 million things going on. We have 3 events, one after the other Saturday, and
I'm going to bother your guys?
No, but you bother me with it.
I didn't
come
bother
to me
you.
and
I didn't bother you one
You
bit.
just said you asked me if it
You
was
were standing
okay.
by the pool and you laughed your ass
I
off.
wasn't even at the pool for
Whatever
the bikini
it was,
contest.
but you said yes.
I don't know why you're mad now. Why would you say yes and then
Because,
just
Sal,
weasel your way into this conversation? You're weaseling this. You
Me?
said yes.
I'm
you said
weaseling
yes.
this.
You're backtracking everything you said.
Let me
You
tell you
gave me
something,
permission.
dude. Let me tell you something. We did a show in Philly almost a year ago where we sold 40 fucking tickets. And 2 weeks ago, we were in Las Vegas playing The Joint at the Hard Rock, where we never fucking played with the Killers of Comedy. So we're moving in the right direction. The last thing I need is for you to shit all over the people that were... Okay, look, we did some shows in Long Island. I wasn't happy with them 100%. I didn't go and shit on the guy on the air. I didn't go and bring up shit.
There was no need to.
Exactly, and that's my point with this.
But doesn't
you
that show integrity? That's Sal saying, "Look, yeah, they hired me, but I don't like the way I was treated, and I'm going to respond."
I disagree. It doesn't show integrity. I think he threw a diva fit. What I was going to say is, as a patron, I understand that.
And that's what
Sal, let me shut up and let me finish the
ahead.
sentence. As a patron, I understand you getting upset, but as who are you in the sense
Nobody.
what was the expectation that someone should have recognized you?
No, not at all.
But you just said I'm there to do the show. That's no way to treat me. But how would they know who you are?
Okay, that's a good point. Nobody should know who I am. But
you just said they should.
The point I'm trying to make, that after all of this, that we're doing the poker tournament, we're doing the comedy show, they've been plugged, we're doing the bikini contest. You figure at least one fucking person would know, or somebody would.
But how would they know?
I don't know, because we're there. We're advertising.
Right,
Ronnie's face is all over the place.
I understand. How would they know that Sal Governale, star of the block party? Listen, it's a legitimate. Sal Governale, star of the block party, is at the pool. How would someone know that?
I don't know, and I never asked that. I just said, how come
but
there's
you thought
nothing
they should have
available?
known.
I thought there would be some amenities, like maybe a fucking chair at a pool.
But
I
understand that. But you
I
would
assumed a chair at a pool.
I understand that, but
that's all I did.
Sal, I understand that, but you would have, if that were the case, you might have had this set up in advance. Hey, I'm there. Is there a concierge or somebody's going to help me? I don't know. You went to the pool and just expected that people would know that Sal was coming, and I don't know why.
Nobody was at the pool, and when I couldn't find a chair, like I was doing like a normal person,
you're not listening to me.
Yeah, I called Sequoia. I said, "Is there something available?" And he says, "Let me make a call. I'll take care of you guys." And he did.
Okay.
They got us the cabana, and that was fine. Once we got the cabana, we sat down at 12 o'clock. I ordered food. It didn't come till 5 o'clock. At 2 o'clock, I said to the waitress,
Lieberman said it was 3 hours, and now it's gone to 5
John
hours.
Lieberman.
I am telling.
Sal, hold
JD
on.
was there.
Sal, hold on a
JD,
second.
Give me a break.
John, let me ask you a question.
Let's make it 4 hours.
Either way, it took a long time.
Hold on. It took a long time.
I'm just mad about the delivery of the food, and I still tipped the woman.
I understand
so
why
fuck
you'd be.
yous all.
I understand why you'd be. Sal. Fuck you. Sal. I understand why you'd be frustrated by that. You have every right
Absolutely.
to be. John Lieberman, you're saying that Sal is changing his story, though.
2 quick questions. The time was different. Today in studio, you said 5 hours. When I interviewed you at first, it was 3 to 3.5 hours.
All right, let's even say it was 3. You want to wait 3 hours for your food in the sweltering heat?
I'm just pointing out.
Would you
the
be
facts.
mad? What would you tip?
I'm not questioning your
emotions. What would you tip
emotions.
somebody who waited if you waited 3 hours for your food? What would you tip them?
Calm down.
What would you tip them, John? Mr. High and Mighty?
I'm not being high and mighty.
You're slithering your way into this. You're slithering your way into this. You're trying to manipulate the
I'm
story.
the one who interviewed you there. I'm manipulating the story.
Well, what's your
interviewed you there.
What's your point? All right, so let's make it. Let's say it was 2 hours.
If you shut up and let him talk, he'll get to his point.
No, because you guys will keep packing away until you can paint me into some diva bullshit.
I'm not.
I waited 4 or whatever,
But you
even
did
3
tell
hours
the
for my
waitress
food.
who you were.
What? Big deal.
Thank you. That's my point. You
Big
identified
deal.
yourself
I said,
to
yeah.
the waitress
And I said,
that
can
you
I
were
please
Sal
speak-
Governale.
Can I please
okay,
speak
but
to a manager?
That's all I wanted to interject, because you were saying to Gary, they should know who you are, but you never said who you were. But I was told by the pool manager, you made it clear who you were.
To the lady after 2 hours that I'm Sal Governale with a show here tonight. Haven't gotten our food. We're very, very tired. Can I please speak to a manager? It's been 2 hours since our food came. She said, sure. She took off like a rat out of a fucking sewer. I never saw her again. Our food came 2.5 hours later.
Sal, can I just ask you one?
How can I be guilty of being angry over horrible service and still paying like a gentleman?
Can I ask you one question? If you could just stop talking, can I ask you one question? I see you talk about a lot of stuff and usually have a pretty good sense of humor. You are unbelievably defensive today, but why?
Because I don't know what angle you guys are taking here.
I'm not taking any angle. We're just asking you questions.
You said I act like a diva. I'm the furthest thing from a diva.
You were saying they should have known who you were. That's diva-like attitude. I couldn't understand why.
Let me switch that around.
I got to the pool and they should have known who I was, and I'm just trying to figure out why.
Let me rephrase that. I would assume that they knew who we were based on the fact that we were doing 3 events there. That nobody knew us, and nobody was extending anything.
Hold on a
I
second.
wasn't looking for anything for free, but nobody
What I'm
knew
saying
it.
is you
I was
expected
more
to
bewildered over over it.
I was saying if you set it up with somebody and said, we will be at the pool, then I understand. I think there's an expectation in part that I don't understand that you, Sal, should have walked out and they should have recognized you, and I don't understand
The only
that.
expectation I had was my food at least a half hour late.
You just switched gears. You said,
No, I didn't.
You just said they should have known we were coming, but how would they have known it?
When I say they should have known we were coming, it came down to the part like when we get outside, and first of all, this is after walking around 40 minutes with my keys all fucked up.
Has nothing to do with anything. How would they
usually
know you
when
were
we're booked
going?
in a hotel, there's somebody there that they know who we are. There's a casino host or somebody who's aware of it. So nobody made me aware of it. I stood online. I got my key. They fucked up. I went back downstairs. Nobody knew who I was. And I figured at that point, like, this guy's part of the Ronnie Munn block party and the whole show like that. I figured somebody, as a courtesy, they always do at casinos. They go out of the way for big gamblers. But
whose fault is that? Is it the fault of whoever's setting up the show, or is it the fault of the... I'm trying to just figure it out.
I don't think it's anybody's fault. I think
it's got to be somebody's fault.
I think it's a lack of competence on the casino's part and frustration.
So
That's
you're
what it
saying
came
that
down to.
when the casino booked you, somebody should have told you, or there should have been somebody to say, hey, our special VIP person is going to meet Sal at the front.
You know, I wasn't looking for that at all. When it came to 5 hours with the food and not having a place to sit at the pool.
But you're up to the food. I'm just trying to get to like
3 hours. 3 hours of food. And once it got to that point, once I was frustrated, once I was frustrated, I said, nobody even knows we are here. That's when it came out.
But whose job was it for someone to know, I guess is the question.
I don't know. I've never done this gig before.
Let me ask you this,
But when you do other gigs, who tell?
I don't know.
But I'm saying I'm just saying. You have this expectation that there should have been someone there, but it wasn't set up in advance, so I wasn't sure why you expected it.
I didn't expect it. I didn't expect anything. I got to the pool, there wasn't a spot. I called Sequoia, a booking agent. He got me a spot. After that,
but wait,
and that was done.
You just jumped
it was
over
end
to
of
the
story.
pool. We're talking about you showed up.
I don't know who's supposed to set it up. Maybe in the future somebody will be there to set it up. Maybe
But somebody who?
Sequoia, our booking agent.
Okay,
Maybe
that's what I'm trying to get.
And he's always been great. And right now, I have no beef with the guy.
I'm trying to figure out who you were expecting to set this up.
Hey, Ronnie.
Ronnie,
I got a question for you.
My booking agent, I've been working with him for 6 years.
Not anymore.
Ronnie, do you think that Sal acts like a diva, or is he acting like everybody else on the Block Party show?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Be honest, Ronnie.
Come on, you heard what happened. You just saw it.
Yeah, I heard what happened. And what happened was, I guess they didn't know who he was. I'm sorry.
But what does that mean?
But when I got to the pool, I got my sandwich in 15 minutes.
Well, that's because your face is on poker chips.
I got a tuna wrap, and then their food came the same time as mine did. So I'm sorry.
It actually came later.
Sorry, Sal.
It actually came later.
It's not your fault.
I just want to ask Sal a question. Sal, can you? I know you're into sticking with your guns, and if people are going to rip you off, fuck them. But can you understand how it may reflect poorly on the rest of us? Because this is the first show you're doing with us. You don't do the block party with us, so it's the first weekend you're with us. And can you see why I would be upset? Why it may look shitty on our part when you're giving audio comments to John Lieberman about how all the employees should be shot from a tower with a rifle.
Well, I had a few in me there.
Rock.
I take that one back. But first
you
of
had
all,
a lot in you.
Sal, I heard you had a few in you for a lot of this trip.
I've had a few in me. I was pretty inebriated, happily, and I needed to be in that place. But yes, to answer your question, Shirley, yes, I did think about it, and as a courtesy, because you guys invited me on the show, I wanted to make sure. I wanted to make sure that it was okay. So I think I took the right approach, and I asked you if it would be okay if I did it, and you said yes.
Sal had some regret and remorse, and I can prove it. And I like Sal, and I enjoyed hanging out with him in Vegas. He did send